to the Elsewhere podcast with Kat.
That was awesome. When did you get that intro?
That's the one. Remember, I told you that I had a band that's a real good friends of mine who made me a custom intro.
Yeah.
You listen to them as the structure fails. They were sleeping the whole video. They're in the chat. There they are.
Oh, as the structure fails. That's what's up. That was. I did not expect that. I was like, it shocked me. I was like, this. I was like, what was that? It was like.
Yeah, it's fire. They made that just for me. How cool is that?
Yeah, like what's up?
Yeah, they're awesome.
I need one. I'm just kidding. I don't do any edits. Oh man, that was funny though.
I saw your face. I was like, "Uh-oh, what'd I do?"
Well, I was over here dancing by myself, like waiting for this thing to start, and then all of a sudden it's like, "This is Kat on Elsewhere podcast." I was like, "What?"
You want me to play it again?
Yes, run it back.
All right, hold up.
You're listening to the Elsewhere podcast with Kat.
With Kat. Yeah, such conviction.
That's me.
I love it. What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being here.
We're just hanging.
If you guys haven't figured it out, we are live on my channel and on Cliff's channel, so you can watch from either one. You're welcome to watch from whichever one floats your boat, or both. I mean, go back and forth, confuse everyone.
Go to Kat's channel only, Elsewhere podcast with Cats.
Yeah, that's fire. I was so excited. I was like running around, jumping, and doing all the things. When I got that,
yeah, they just like approached you and they were like, "Hey, like we want."
Hell no, I asked.
Oh, you asked?
No, I've been friends with them for a while. They've been on the podcast before.
Oh,
and I absolutely adore their music. I think it's amazing. And so, and I push it on reactors all the time. I push. Like, check this out. Take a look. But anyway, and they always show up and show love in the chat. They show up for me all the time. And I was like, man, I would love an intro that's like shorter, because my last one was like 44 seconds long. I'm like, no. And I wanted something that was just kind of like a punch in the face.
No, that was definitely, it got me worked up. I was ready to run through a wall right there.
Yeah, I was like, hey, if you guys don't mind, if you find time, they're like, hell yeah, we'll do it. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was a little jealous. I was like, well, where's my intro to my videos? Everyone's all cool over here.
No, and I made the video today to make it match so I don't have to hurry up and turn it off at the right moment. So I was all proud of myself. So it was perfect timing,
Yeah, it was good. You were even like, you want me to do it again?
Don't threaten me with good time. I'm here for it, man. I absolutely love, like I said, I love their music. I try my best any chance I get to support the people that I mess with, that I fuck with. Like if I fuck with you, I'm going to support you. I'm going to do everything I can to, push you and to make people aware of who you are, that kind of stuff,
Yeah, I hear you. I even do it to people I don't like. That's one of my bad qualities. I do it.
I can't remember who. Oh, it was Haiti Baby, and you were like, "Oh, everybody go like." I'm like,
I didn't know. I had no idea. I just uploaded that for our first live. And yeah, man, I remember doing that, and I was like trying to like give him props in the beginning. I was like, "Oh, shout out to Haiti Baby," and then I was like, "Be a dragon." I was like, "What the fuck was this, dude?"
Yeah, he can see the chat. It's on the screen.
Haiti Baby can?
No.
Oh. What's up, Haiti Baby? You the best rapper alive, Haiti.
Okay, so on my side, when I'm looking at it, it says paired. If it says paired, that's in your chat, and if it's not, it's in my chat. So a lot of people are here in my chat, which I appreciate.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want everyone to go to Elsewhere Podcast, go subscribe, please go show love. That's what I'm asking for.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom. What's for dinner? I'm hungry. I'm just kidding. I'm all right. I already ate.
I forgot to eat earlier, and I'm like, I'll just wait.
Yeah.
But no, I've been stoked for this because honestly, every time we get on here, we have so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, we have such a good time. We talk about all kinds of crazy stuff, and we talk all the time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like just being on camera with your friend.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
I think the last we did the contest, and then we also
AI.
well, yeah, we had the AI conversation with what was that, Mike Ross? Is that who that
Yeah,
was?
he popped in here. Yeah, he was the surprise guest.
Yeah, he came in here and like schooled us all on the AI technology. We sounded like losers, and he was like, "Oh, let me tell you about how AI is going to take over the world." We were like, "What?"
I still have his information. I really should get him back on,
No,
honestly.
no, I talked to him. I have him in my chat. I have him in my chat. I talk to him every once in a while.
I should get him back on though. I
No,
should be
I mean,
like,
yeah, you should be like,
because
"Hey,
you know me, I have things to say about AI. Like I don't play around about that.
what do you
And
gotta say?
people like to argue with me. I'm like, bring it.
What do you gotta say? What's new on the docket?"
Well, I mean, there's a couple different things that are going on. Obviously, it's becoming more and more obvious that people are releasing music that's done by AI and trying to pass it off as similar to or good enough for.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of stuff going on with that. There's a lot of stuff going on when it comes to artwork or deep fakes when it comes to like reels. Since they're so short, people don't notice that it's not the real person. They just figure it is and they like it, and then people get all these likes and do all this stuff. And
Well, I'm just
there.
yeah, I'm not hip to the world. Like I don't know. Like I've heard about it. Like within the music industry, I know that they have been testing it. Like they're testing the waters, but it's not quite there yet. But I mean, it's still in the early stage.
Well,
Within
there goes Wallflower. There's a Drake AI track nominated for a Grammy.
I don't know. I heard about that rumor. That's not necessarily true. I don't think that's true, to be honest with you. Because there was a Post Malone, there was a Drake track. Even
Mhm.
Drake heard it and he was just like, "Wow, this is crazy." But I don't think it's nominated for a Grammy. What's the name of the track? I'll tell you right now if it is or not. Wallflower.
And see, that's the thing is it's like it starts this snowball of questioning whether something's legit or not. Like, how do you know it's actually someone's intellectual or creative property if you can just fake it? Like, if you can fake my voice and put my picture on like OnlyFans, like why not? Why wouldn't you? Well, I mean, if you think you'd make money, but then just like hook me up.
Well, there'd be an issue then when it comes to like royalties and stuff like that with the label. I don't know how that would go. Even the artist would probably feel some type of way about an AI taking over. Because then technically the artist would never even be needed ever again. So
Exactly. I think
I
that's what some people are kind of thinking is where that's going with that. Like, well, if we can get music that's just as good as some of the stuff they're putting out now,
yeah, I don't
then
know.
why do we need somebody? Why do we need someone to stand up there and act a fool when we can just get AI to do it for us?
There's no soul. There's no soul. It can only be as creative as we have been in the past, and people can become more and more creative. I don't think AI is going to get there. I mean, it's going to get there eventually. I'll probably take on a life of its own, but right now, I don't know. I don't know.
No, I just think that, I mean, and I think another aspect of it, my biggest concern is obviously when we talked about this before, like when someone's like if the resume was written by AI, because resumes kind of give people an idea of your thought processes and how you put something together that's
Yeah.
professional. And maybe that's not your forte, but at least it's legitimately you. If you have somebody else write that for you, it's
Mhm.
no longer introducing yourself on paper, right? It's getting your foot in the door when you don't deserve it, maybe,
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
here's the thing is, like, I've heard some tracks that were AI, and they're not done properly, like, you could tell they're not structured correctly, they don't sound good. So that's why I'm curious as to Wallflower who said that, and somebody else made a comment that I just missed here somewhere. Oh, there are some from, Strother. This is part of my job, so there are some tracks, God bless it, there are some tracks made by AI that are being passed off as being written and performed by artists but are only meant to start beef with other artists. But see, here's the thing: is like, where are they being released to on social media platforms? Because here's the thing: is you even have artists like Dennis. You know Dennis, the guy who impersonates Eminem. He was doing it for a
Mhm.
long time, and
Yeah.
people started thinking, "Hey, this is Eminem actually making music," but he sounds like a younger version of Eminem, but like not really. Something still sounds a little bit off, but to someone who's not too familiar with hip hop, like they'll be like, "Oh, that's Eminem." Like even like me with song structure, I could tell when it's AI and when it's a real person. Like still right now, I can't. I don't know how it's going to be in like a couple of years or months. I don't know how the developments are going to be, but I do know. Yeah, the Drake and Weekend collab. That I already heard about that track. That's not going to get it now. It's not a grand. I don't think AI did that. Hold on, let me look this up right now. That's what I was thinking you were talking about.
By the way, welcome in everybody. I see everybody coming in and saying hi. I appreciate you guys. There's a lot of you since it's on both sides. So
Yeah.
totally stoked. I'm so excited. Like I was all week up and like, I'm gonna have fun. Like, is it time yet? This
Yeah,
morning, I'm like, is it time yet?
you sent me the link at like, it was like 4:30. I was like, what is this? I was like, is this for when we go live?
I told you I
like,
was
"It's
ready
6."
early. I sent my
Oh.
mom a message and she's like, you're ready early. I'm like, yeah.
I was like, are we going live at 6 still? You're like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. So let me see. Dre AI song nominated for Grammy. I don't think so. Hard on My Sleeve, the song that uses artificial intelligence to mimic the vocals of artists Drake and The Weeknd, is not eligible for a Grammy nomination, despite earlier reports, because it's not commercially available after being removed from streaming services over copyright issues. Recording Academy. Yeah,
like,
it's
you know,
got
it's not them. So that's kind of an issue.
Well, that's why I said with the masters, there's going to be a huge issue because then a label will no longer need artists. So that's fake. Whoever made that reaction or made that video saying it's getting nominated for Grammy is incorrect. I would have known about that. I would have had a heads up. But I already knew the track existed. There's other tracks too. There's Post Malone. They've done it for Eminem already. I heard a couple of Tom McDonald ones, but they're just not there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could see where it's along the lines of something like a subject matter and vaguely, but it's just not put together with the feeling that they have. It's not, it doesn't have that human feeling, emotional side to it that brings life to music.
Soul, baby. Soul. But no, when it comes to like resumes and stuff, what AI can do is ridiculous. Oh, hey.
What do you need, babe?
Is she going to sing a song?
No, she's not singing a song. Are you singing a song? Are you going to sing? You're showing my vacuum, though. Thanks for that. She has, okay, so it's this thing. That's what she's trying to do is she's trying to pull one over on you. Come here. Come on.
Pulling over on me?
There we go. Get it close to this.
What is it?
Get it close.
What is it? What is it?
Do it.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Mom. Appreciate that present.
Oh, your mom got it for her?
I did it.
You ever seen those videos where they go around Walmart
No, I don't.
and they fart at people?
No.
My grandma's gift.
Oh,
right.
I like it.
Blame grandma.
Love you, babe.
Blame grandma.
That's funny. I thought we were
She
about
came
to get
here just to drop a poot on us.
I was getting ready for her to start singing. I was like, "Is she doing Star Spangled Banner? What's going on in here?"
No, I don't think. I think that it would probably take me like 15, 20 minutes to get her to actually do it.
She's so good though.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? I mean, she wrote that song and everything. It was really cute. If she was ready for it,
Well,
I'd have her do it.
You said when she gets going though, like she really gets into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have an entire video on YouTube, which it's not public, but of her singing fight song.
Fight song? Which one's
Mhm.
that? Which one's fight song?
This is my fight song. Prove I'm all right song.
No.
Right. What's her name? Rachel. What's her fucking name? Anyway, it's a really well known song. Like the entire school was singing it with her at the talent show. But you know, if she wanted to do that, I would let her. I mean, I'm here for it. You know, but
well, I'll tell you this. Sorry, I'm going to cut you off. I was going to say, from a songwriter's perspective, that it was rock, paper, scissors, right? Was that, am I tripping? Yeah, rock, paper, I remembered it because I was like impressed. I was like, did she write this? Who? I was like, who really wrote this? But her singing was so good. I was like, oh my God. Then I was listening to like the structure of it. I was like, where is she learning this? But it seems to be self-taught, huh?
Thank you, Rachel Platten. Thank you. It's a really good song.
For shame, Cliff, you're slipping. I'm sorry. I don't have time.
No, see, that was the best part of it, is because she's literally like, she wrote the song, she came up with the lyrics for good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter. Like, she did the whole 9 yards, and then she decided that she was just going to perform it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then she performed it in front of my mom, and I got Skulls on the phone on Instagram, like video, and I'm like, dude, check this out. He was getting in his car, and I'm like, here, and then he was watching, he was listening, and he's like, he didn't expect it, you know. And she was mad at him because she's like, I wanted some critiques, Mom. He didn't give me any critiques. I'm like,
Did I give her critiques? I don't remember.
No, you just basically you said practice and stuff like that. Just kind of which she needs to do. She was just kind of shy and all that stuff. But
Yeah,
I
it's
could
just her.
probably get her to do it. I just she killed it, man.
Yeah, it's just delivery. It's just repetition. You just gotta perform it over and over again. It's like a lot of people. You know what's crazy? A lot of people like send me work, or I hear a lot of people who rap or make music, and they're right there, but their delivery is just off
Mhm.
because they either haven't taken the time to recite it enough, or they're nervous, and they
That's what I
just
tell
need.
people. I'm like, practice, 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 practice.
Yeah,
You
and
got to keep chewing it until it's just like second nature. Like you don't even need to think about it. It's just, and then you can work on how you deliver it because you already know. Like when they forget lyrics and stuff and they skip over their, they trip over their own feet. I'm like, if you practice enough and you got the lyrics kind of on point,
Mhm.
then you can focus on, what you're doing while you're doing the lyrics because the lyrics are no longer like a thought process. It's just there. You've got them.
Yeah, you want to hear something crazy? Do you know the band Dave Matthews Band?
Yeah.
So the lead singer is known and notorious for getting too stoned for remembering the lyrics to his songs. And what he'll do is he'll make up lyrics to his own songs, but he's staying within the patterns. So you don't even notice it but you're like, wait a minute, this ain't right. But he's changed, he's just making different arrangements. But then it bleeds right into the chorus. You're like, holy shit. I've seen it before. I've heard it. I was like, oh my
What
God, this
chicken
guy's
noodle
insane.
soup? What did that get in the lyrics? Like who put that in there?
No, he kind of like not mumbles, but he'll kind of like slur his speech a little bit, and like it'll still sound similar to the lyrics, but it won't be the exact lyric like word for word. And it's just like, but you don't notice it 'cause you're so into like the whole vibe, like holy shit. But it's his delivery, it's his confidence of him
Yeah.
just even if it's slurring words.
Like you think that it's not right, but you look at him and you're like, well, it's him. Of course he got it. Of course it's right. Like, what am I thinking?
Well, especially when you're in concert too, because you're there and like you're in the tunnel vision watching them, and you're like listening, and you're singing along. You're like, wait a minute, like I don't have the original to listen to right next to me. Like, is this the original version that I'm like missing here? Like, what am I missing here? It's happened to me before listening to it. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah,
And by the way, shout out Creeker Mariah. I saw you in here. Thank you for being on both. Like, appreciate that. Like I said, we're live on both platforms on
Mhm.
my channel and Cliff's channel. So, you guys are welcome to drop a like wherever you're at and go flip back and forth or
Go like, go subscribe to Cat, not me, not me.
well, they're already
Uh,
subscribed to you. I can't think of a single person that's in my chat that isn't subscribed to you. I can't think of that.
Well, I did make I won't say mistake, but I did upload a bunch of content today. So usually
I saw
when I try to do podcasts, I try not to upload anything
I know.
because notification system sucks.
I saw that this morning. I was like, well, okay.
I'm sorry. I forgot we had Knox releasing today, and then I released 2 videos, and I left room for one more, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, I gotta release Knox's video today. So once I did that, I was like, well, I might as well release 3 more with that because I got like 10 other ones sitting there. I was like, fuck, I'll just release 6 today. Whatever.
Do you ever not have like 85,726 videos waiting in the wings?
No, dude, you have. Oh, if I showed you my iCloud, you'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I have there's like a list of like 100 and something shorts that are just sitting there. That I just don't want to upload because it just takes me a long time to do. And then I have like, I don't know, like maybe like 70 or 80 just regular videos that just are on the cloud, but I don't put them on my computer because I'll take up all my space. I can't put them on my shit. There's too much.
Oh,
But
somebody
then,
else. What's the subject?
what's the subject? Give me one. You give me the subject. We're playing charades. That's good. Yeah, no, I think Creek Mariah kept asking me to do a podcast at one point, but we never could get our schedules to match up. Creek Mariah, if you ever want to do a podcast, let me know. You never know what you're going to get with me, but I'll do one.
Hey, I'm sub to Clip, and he's all supporting the other person. That's who he is. That's what he does. That's but he says it in every single video. He's go like, go subscribe, go support the artist, go support the other people. There you go. Creeker Mariah's down.
I know she said yes to me like 20 times. I think she's just pulling my chain.
No, I know she can pour it around, and every time that she jumps into a chat with people, and it will just leave it at that. She always asks me and says hi, so that I see it. Like every single time, I'm like, oh, I always think that's really really nice because
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, there's a lot of people in there.
You know what's crazy is like so when we're live, there's like a little bit of a delay, right, with the chat.
Hmm.
So when I'll be going like when I'm live by myself and I'm doing like my regular talking spiel, like on my regular podcast, um, I'll be talking about a subject matter, and then somebody will send me a message like 30 seconds later, but it won't be like a full sentence. It'll be like one or two words talking about something I was saying. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then they're like, they say something else, like about something else, and I'm like, you're not making any sense. Like, what are you saying? Like what you said earlier. I'm like, what did I say earlier? That was like five
No,
minutes ago now.
exactly. No, exactly. And it happens when I go by myself too. That's why I was trying to do music in the background. They copyrighted me for the non-copyright music, assholes. But anyway, that's why I tried to put a little bit of music so that I'm not just sitting there like
Yeah.
waiting for someone to answer me. Because I'll say something and then I'm like crickets. I'm like, yeah, I'll wait, and I'll literally go there. I'll be like, I'll wait.
Did you get the email from YouTube yet about the licensing? We got it today.
Mm,
I
I
think we got
didn't
it
see.
today or yesterday. My days are bleeding together. But
I
basically, the email was basically saying like they're starting a new program where you could actually go and purchase the music now. Where you can go and try to purchase the licensing to music, so you could always own it on your platform and use it whenever you want. Even though what most of us do is protected under fair use. So YouTube can now see that people are getting past this with fair use because they know it's the law. Like, well, we might as well make money off it anyway. It's
So they're gonna
such a
try and monetize it. Yeah.
and then you have so now you have Led Zeppelin at the House of Blues. Now you have like companies like the distribution companies like the Orchard Music. What they're doing now is you know how they would throw one restriction on a video and then you
Hmm.
have to dispute it and then do a claim and shit. They'll throw three or four or even five on one video and they'll break it in segments and they'll give it a title like say during a song it'll be like one part of a lyric, another part of a lyric, another part of a lyric. It's like you can't put that many copyright restrictions on one video because what that does is that one video could pull down your whole channel. So like what they're trying to do now is make sure that nobody, if they're gonna do it, they're gonna have to fight and lose risk their channel for one fucking video. It's crazy what they're trying to pull now. But I noticed the Orchard was doing that shit. I'm like, wow.
Honestly, by the way, I see that there's a comment about you can change the latency. Dude, I know you can, but here's the thing. Number one, they're like, oh, change it to frames per second, this, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell that means. So I just do
No.
what I do. But the second thing is that you have to understand that we are actually streaming on multiple platforms on multiple channels right now. So it's not just me streaming to like two different, like Twitch and YouTube or something.
Yeah.
There's two different people streaming to two different platforms completely. So if we don't have as much lag, I'm happy. Like if you're even seeing us,
Yeah,
I'm
that's out of
cool.
our control. That's out of our control. There's
Mhm.
stuff. There's a latency issue with YouTube and Twitch that is out of our control, guys. There's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what we change in OBS. It doesn't matter. I've done it all. Trust me. There's still going to be a delay.
And sometimes I'll actually try to what's the word? Like time it to try and figure out how long it's taking. And then like halfway through the stream, it seems like it'll take longer or less time. I'm like, wait a minute, what just happened? And
Yeah.
I mean, but so I just kind of there's some things that just give it to God. Like, okay,
Yeah. I don't. I
I'm
don't mess with that stuff. Yeah.
yeah, I'm alive, and like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's just leave it be. Like, let's just let it be.
I agree with you. So, we're gonna pressure you into some reaction videos, or what are we gonna do here?
You can. I mean, I already agree. I already said I would.
What do you want to do reactions to though? Like, what do you want to try to break down or do
Okay,
reactions to?
I just want to show you this. This is the coolest thing ever. I'm getting a
But
phone call from like a number like 8,726 numbers long.
sounds like a fucking VIN number.
V9141626170127311594.
Is that my car's VIN number?
Possibly.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, Terminator type ish going on here.
That's a fucking weird. You get those all the time or something? Is that some
No, it's the
Texas
first
shit?
time. That's why you saw a corner where I was like,
That was
but no,
weird.
yeah, I'll definitely. I have no problem doing that. Like, I don't do it. I hate explaining it because I feel like I feel bad, but y'all know kind of how we've talked about it at length. So I don't do reactions. That's just not something that I wanted to do consistently as part of my content. It's just not really where my head's at or my heart's at. That's not something I want to do
Consistently. I get it.
consistently. Yeah. However, I've done them before. I did them when I was trying to fund my trip to Vegas. That was fun. By the way, thank you everybody who was there. That was awesome. But I don't mind doing it. I just don't want to do them by myself because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But how many reaction videos have I watched? How many streams have I modded? Like, come on now. I know how it works. I just don't do them. But
Yeah.
with you, I'm happy to. I already said I would.
Yeah, no, I figure we could try
Change
to
it up. Have some fun.
find something and find something that. Oh, you said you were friends with the singer from Lilac, right?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
I uploaded one of their videos, and I think you told me to like message you or something to reach out to her, but
Yeah.
they released the video without any questions. I was trying to fight the copyright restrictions. And they
Did I
released
not see it? Like, I didn't see that today.
No, I didn't let it go public yet.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
just
was like,
sitting.
you
Yeah.
can't tell me I missed that one.
No, it's just sitting there. It's just sitting there right now. But yeah, we need to do some like Scotty said you have to do abnormal songs like under the radar things. I mean, some of those under the radar songs are a little bit iffy, but yeah, we could do whatever. What genre do you want to do?
Not Shakira.
I can't do any more Shakira. My heart can't take it.
I'm not a fan.
What?
Hmm.
Like you're also not a guy.
Thank you for noticing.
You know, I know. I'm just saying. Me at 3:00 in the morning, and I'm just like waking up, and the first thing I see is a half naked woman dancing.
Wakey, Shakira's
Yeah,
going
right.
shaky.
I was like, woo! I didn't need to go to the gym today.
Yeah, Kiffness is a good one, John.
I don't even know who that is.
My mom likes that too. I know who it is.
Yeah, but see, like I want it to be something that's going. Or if you want it to be, something that shocks me, that's fine. Or it could be something that shocks you.
Doesn't bother me either way. I'm not concerned. I mean, we'll do it however we're gonna do it. I don't care. We can come up with it on the fly. We can take I don't care.
All right. Well,
I'm not picky. But you choose because I hate making final decisions. I make all the decisions up to this point, and now you get to decide.
Me?
And I'll just yeah.
All right. Let's see. What wait, what is cilantro sauce? I do have a question regarding labels. Hold on 1 second, real quick. I have a question regarding labels and copyright. If a label doesn't exist anymore, how does that work? It's distribution. So it's even if a label doesn't exist anymore, which I don't know what you're talking about. Like, there's distribution companies that have like mother companies that really own them. So there's like multiple. It's like an umbrella. You know what I'm saying? Like, so even though, like, say one company goes out of business, someone's gonna buy that. The rights are going somewhere, so someone's gonna own it no matter what.
I was gonna say, is it like a collection agency where they like sell it to someone?
No, it's just whoever. I mean, someone's gonna
Oh.
purchase the rights to the music, regardless. Because if somebody's an artist under a label, someone's gonna take that artist in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that artist is gonna get signed by somebody else, and the rights are gonna go right over there.
Hmm.
And they'll go under their distribution.
That's definitely your expertise, not mine.
Sony, Warner Brothers, and that other that I can't remember. I don't know. There's so many. No copyrights on that song. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, everyone's giving us requests now. Uh-oh. This is where it gets ugly. This is where it gets crazy. Cilantro Toast said, so there's never going. I can't see the elsewheres in the way.
It'll come through.
Oh, so there's never going to be a situation where the rights don't get sold. Would it go to the artist? No, unless the artist somebody has to purchase the rights. You can't just relinquish the rights. First off, I'm not a fucking music attorney. Second off, I just know I'm not. I don't know. But I do know that an artist doesn't really own the royalties unless they're independent.
Like fully independent, like actually independent, not like
no, fully independent. I mean, you could have distribution companies and still own all your royalties. That's fine. But the distribution is going to get a cut. They're going to get a percentage. Just so like whatever you put out on the internet and stuff like that.
That cracks me up. You say like reactions, and they're like, people go nuts.
Yeah.
But remember, here's the other thing: you got to be careful. Like, for example, I mod enough of the reaction channels. I know what's going to get nailed.
Yeah.
And I don't have overlays here, so that ain't going to happen. So if it's something that's going to get nailed, then it's probably not going to happen. Like you're
Yeah.
not going to get old country. We're not going to do old country. We're not going to do Michael Jackson. That's going to get nailed. Like, you
Mm.
know,
Yeah, and you got me here. YouTube hates me, so yeah. They're always watching.
maybe they'll
me.
just like take down your channel and leave mine alone.
that would be something that happens. I mean, cilantro, like, don't quote me on that, but I'm just saying, like, no,
Karina, you're hilarious.
the rights don't just go up in the air and then nobody owns them. They don't just go back to the owner of the music. Somebody,
Like
the artist,
musical
goes,
chairs. We could
Yeah,
just go
like-
go running and grab it. Mine. I got it. It's mine.
yeah, like so, like, is there a particular artist or a label you're talking about that went out of business because they're not a label? Then they're probably just like a small minor label. not like a
Karina,
big-
you're hilarious. She was asking me if I had any rituals before I do a podcast, like socks. I'm like, I'm literally not wearing socks right now. So she donated, and
rituals?
she's like, this podcast socks.
Sucks, but socks.
Mhm.
Well, let's see. Let's see what we could pull up. What kind of music do we want to do here?
I want something where you can. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'd like something where I can hear the lyrics.
Something.
Like
where
I
you can hear
absolutely
lyrics.
love metal, but I want something to start off with that we can actually hear.
Okay, so let's see here. How so? Is there a rap artist that you just are not familiar with at all, or somebody that is popular that you haven't really like dug into their catalog,
Any mainstream rap artist.
like Eminem?
Oh, I know Eminem. Other than Eminem,
You know all Eminem's content.
not every single one.
Hmm. So like
Papa, don't start.
how much Eminem's content?
I pretty much stopped with old Eminem.
So nothing new at all. Okay,
Pretty
no,
much.
I get that. I respect it. I respect it.
I'm one of those weirdos that one of my favorite Eminem songs is Spacebound.
That's not weird. That's a great song.
I love that song, but you never hear it anywhere.
And like it was always on the radio in like 2010, 11, 12. I would hear it on the radio here and there.
Hmm.
Eminem wouldn't get much radio play. I mean, like Love the Way You Lie was like pretty much one of the last big ones that
Yeah.
Not Afraid and Love the Way You Lie, but Love the Way You Lie, I think was like his biggest song, if I'm not mistaken. I think it has the most views on YouTube.
Well, yeah, I mean, because it was like Rihanna and it went mainstream, but it was on the radio all over the place. Where a lot of his
Yeah.
music wasn't because couldn't always be. But I mean, you can't tell me that we can sit here and play Eminem and not get nailed.
No, we won't get pulled down. It's just you just can't monetize it.
Oh well. Guess what? Nothing's monetized on my channel.
And I have monetization on, so yeah, I forgot about that.
So legit, like again, threaten me with a
Ren.
good time.
Ooh, Mama said Ren. What about Ren? Have you listened to all? No, you don't like us, right? Didn't you say something like everyone's reacting to Ren all the time at one point?
No,
Did you
people
say?
are reacting to Ren. I'm in his Discord.
Oh yeah. I remember. I thought you said something about people were reacting to Ren.
Oh, everybody was reacting to the same thing. But it's like, but what was happening was, okay, so what was happening was it was literally like a one person, hi Ren. And then it was, hi Ren, hi Ren, hi Ren, hi Ren, hi Ren, hi Ren. Okay, so he had other music already out. So all of a sudden somebody would go, okay, we'll tell Jenny and Screech. Okay. So then suddenly every other next one, the same exact videos. Like you couldn't start with a different video. Like you just
Yeah.
happened to pick the same video that person, like 15 other people.
You know what's crazy is like I remember when I reacted to that. I think Ren only had like 275,000 subscribers. I was one of the
Mhm.
first ones in January. It was like January or February of this year, and I don't know how it came across. I think someone sent me a donation, and they were like, "Hey, you need to check out this up and coming artist." And I was like, "Who is that?" They gave me the donation, so I was like, "All right, I'll do it." And it just blew me away. I was like, "Holy shit!" And then after that, like it just blew up. Everyone started watching it, and they were like, "Oh, Tale of Jenny and Screech," and I was like, "I'll check that out too." And next thing I knew, it was just he went from fucking. I remember like I kept saying like his subscriber count, and I kept saying like, "Thank you for subscribing to Ren," and some people were like, "Oh, you're trying to take credit for Ren's subscribers." I was like, "No, I'm saying thank you guys for subscribing. If you're watching my content and you're subscribing to them, I'm not taking credit for anybody subscribing to them. What the fuck? What are you talking about?"
People get real like nasty about that stuff. They get real like, you know. Right now
Standoffish.
it's Ren or Easy Mill. See, that's the thing. And I have no problem with either one of them. I actually don't listen to Easy Mill, to be completely honest. However, however, I respect, yeah, and Oliver Anthony. That everybody, that's my point is I understand that there are trends and that, people are jumping on it because they want the views, because they want their channel to do well. They want the eyes, and it's in a popular thing. I get that. I literally get that. However, it's obnoxious. It's obnoxious to see one after the other after the other. Like the day one, when the song comes out, that's one thing. But if you're going back in someone's catalog and then every single person's doing that exact same song, it's kind of
Yeah.
like, it's a little like, pick your own stuff for once.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know. I get weird about that.
No, it's funny you said that because when I started the channel, I started with Eminem Infinite, and when I did it, like, people were messaging me like, "Yo, people are doing the same songs you're doing," and I was like, "I don't care. Like, I don't even know who you're talking about. Like, what are you talking about?" And then like people started showing me, like, they were like following exactly what I was doing. And I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, why are people following?" I'm like, I have no subscribers.
I asked somebody about that once. I actually asked them about that, and they said that a lot of people have a management company that tells them these, and they actually manage multiple reactors or YouTube channels. And they say that they tell them this is what you should react to, and they give them a list of like here's the videos. So, and you wonder sometimes how you see that's what happens. They go to the most popular ones and they say, okay, do these. So you can
Mm,
piggyback off of those views. I I'm telling you, if you're not on my top 5 people that I watch,
mhm.
I mean, I'm not gonna see your reaction. That's just how it works. And the fact that if I've seen 35 of them pop up for the same thing,
Mhm,
like if everybody goes back and watches Tom's the trilogy, right?
mhm.
The trilogy, the 3 videos. If people go back and watch that and then suddenly it pops up on channel after channel after channel after channel, to me that I don't know, it just screams try hard.
You know what this makes me think? Maybe get my tinfoil hat out on here because, like, I wonder, like you said, like management companies, like how many people like these donations I get are actually from management companies that just want me to react to their music, or like they hit a bunch of reaction channels at once, like here, check this out, and we all don't know we're doing it at the same time, or it just floods the fucking algorithm.
See, I do that personally as a human being who watches reaction channels. I will, for example, as the structure fails, I push them on almost everybody that you know is a friend of mine. I've
Mhm.
pushed them on their channel at some point.
Yeah.
They just landed on Tulet's channel last night. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So, like, and Nick did them a while back, and Truth's done them, and I pushed them on you, like, because I'm really supporting them. Now, there are others that I do see where they seem to be like they're never in the chat, they're never really around, and then suddenly, you see them go like that same video, like that's an obscure video to be randomly put on 17 different channels at once. Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I don't know what made me think though. I was like, damn, I wonder if this is happening
I
across the
guarantee you
board.
it does happen. I guarantee you it happens.
Because I wonder, like, how all of a sudden everybody started asking for rent, or how it just came across my messages and there was just like a donation there, and I was like, "Damn, like, what the fuck? Like, who is this guy?" Oh, it's crazy. That's how it is for everybody. Because like even like Harry Mack, like when I started reacting to Harry Mack, um, he only had like I think I had 30,000 subscribers. He had like 200,000 or something. And then next thing I know, he had 1 million. Then he just shot to 2 million. Everyone started reacting to him, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
No, exactly. What's up, Truth? I mean, that's the thing though, is that you just never know. I mean, there are some artists that slide up in your DMs and stuff like, "Hey, will you react to my stuff?" And let's do something like that. But on the flip side, because remember, reactions didn't always happen like this. Isn't how it worked in the beginning. People were
Yeah, but
releasing videos. They weren't doing live reactions at the time. You know.
Yeah, but I wasn't here for the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know, like I don't know the system. I don't know the structure. Like
Well, you were one of the first people that I watched, so I know that you were at my beginning.
oh, really? So you started at like 2021 then? The beginning of
Mhm.
2021?
Oh, yeah, I didn't get on YouTube. I didn't, like I had a Gmail, but I didn't actually get on YouTube to watch. I didn't watch content ever, to do anything when it came to YouTube until 2021 when I was looking up, Sound of Silence by Disturbed, the cover, and I saw a reaction to it. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Somebody's like, you kind of get to relive that feeling of the first time you ever heard it. And then I saw Tom, which I'd been a fan of his since like 2018, since White Boy came out. Was the first thing I heard from him.
Oh God.
And No Lives Matter. I hadn't
Yeah.
heard the song yet, and I saw Knox was the first one I saw, and then yours.
Okay.
And then I went down a rabbit hole of trying to go back and watch all these. I was like, "Ooh, reactions! This is really cool." Literally, like the second person ever. Knox was the first, and that's all she wrote.
That's so crazy, man. Like I said, I jumped in. I thought I like struck gold. I was like, oh, like I could break down songs. I'll be the first one to ever do it. And then like little did I know there was thousands of people. And I
Well,
was like,
people
whoa.
weren't. They weren't quite doing it that way. They like when you first started, it was all videos. You would post a video, right?
Yeah.
That's how everybody was doing it. And then a couple people went live, and then a couple people were doing live react. Like it just, and now everybody's doing these lives, and it's really funny because people
Oh,
are
you're
they
saying
get,
lives.
I'm just saying not only lives, but I'm saying just the way that it happens. Like more like you would do a video that made sense to you, that people were requesting, that people are looking for, versus somebody directly saying, please do this and
Mhm.
hand it to you like I don't want to say transactional, but almost transactional.
Mhm.
Before it was like there's 8,500 people asking for this one thing, let's do it, right? Or this looked really cool, let's do it. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's just what I'm saying. So like when I started, I was picking the songs, and then I started having so many subscribers that they were like, check this out, check this out. I started following the subscribers, and I've always done that. Because that's why I say just like, comment, subscribe, so I know what you guys want to see. Because my
Right.
analytics will show me like who's subscribing. I see if I lose subscribers on a video. I see if I gain subscribers. I see how long the people are watching for, when it peaks, when people fucking leave the video. I can see all that information. So if I start seeing like, oh, like 400 people subscribed today for this one video, I'm like, looks like I got to put that on the list for tomorrow. Like I told people I'm going to go watch it. But in the beginning, it was me picking the videos. And then, yeah, it just turned into madness. But it makes me think like, then there's channels who have been doing it for a very, very long time. And they have like 400 or 500 videos. And I'm like, how do you only have 400? They must be deleting some of their videos or something and like redoing them. So I'm like, how do you have that many videos? And I've been doing this since 2021 and I have around 3,000 now. But they'll have like 400 with like 12 million subscribers or something. Something crazy. And I'm like, but how? Like you have to be deleting shit.
I mean, it's the only thing I can think of. I can't imagine that they were just so lucky that they picked specific, like they're like threw at a dartboard and hit bullseye every single time. And then everybody that watched what they were putting out there was like, "Pff, and I'm subscribing,
You know what I'm
and they're
thinking
getting
of?
the views."
Yeah, you know what?
She says
Yeah.
they make them private.
Okay, that's what it's got to be. 'Cause I'm guessing just like when people post stuff like on Instagram, people always want the likes and shit. So they probably pull down the videos that don't do well because they don't want it to reflect on their channel. Like, oh, people don't watch this shit. You see what I'm saying?
No,
So
I
like
get that.
they only want to show like the videos that do well, and they probably pull down like if you go looking through my videos, you can go all the way back to the beginning, and it's every fucking video I ever posted unless YouTube took it down. Like I mean, all the way when it was just my fucking phone, and it was me like sitting here like don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm gonna try to break down some bar. Like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was like, I'm just in front of a camera right now, and this is fucking awkward. So I'm talking to a camera.
I
But
hate looking
yeah.
at the camera. I keep trying to, but then when I look at the screen out of the corner of my eye, I look like I'm cross-eyed.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It makes me think about that because a lot of people are self-conscious about their views and like how many people are watching and all that shit.
Man, the only thing I'm self-conscious about is I feel like the people that I bring on deserve more views than what I have provided for them through my platform. That's what irritates the crap out of me. Otherwise, I don't give a rat's ass because I know that the people that show up, they want to be there.
Yeah.
And they want to know about new artists. They want to know about somebody they haven't talked to before. They want to be part of the conversation, and they're there for me, and they're there for what I provide. So I'm here for it, right?
Yeah.
I don't want the empty subscribers. That's
Yeah.
what worries me is I don't want the empty ones that like, the people that join Discord and never speak like,
Yeah.
they're lurky-loos, and they're not even really lurking. They just like muted me, stuck me in a folder somewhere and walked away. Like you can leave, you don't have to stick around. It's okay.
Well, what you'll notice is like, when your channel does get bigger, is people will subscribe to you because they like one video, and then if you don't do what they want you to do over a period of time, you'll see a huge dip. Like your numbers will just fall, like 1,000 subscribers will just be missing. You're like, what the fuck just happened? And YouTube will be like, oh, like you had ghost accounts, and it's like I had 1,000 ghost accounts. But then you can go to each video and see like who left for whatever video. It's just fucking crazy, man. But yeah,
I'm just like, if you don't want to be here, don't let the door hit you or do. Like, just bye.
yeah. I
It's
mean,
that simple. Like, and it's nothing personal. I don't take it personally. If you're like, well, fuck you, bitch, and then leave, then I might take that a little bit personally because you said it directly at me. But if you just like unsubscribe, and like, I love when people announce that they're unsubscribing. Somebody said it one time, and I was like, cool, cool. The guy was like, this is not an airport. You do not need to announce your departure.
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people are stuck in their own worlds. It's being self-absorbed. Everyone does it. Everyone does it. So, and a lot of people are using social media or TV. It's all escapism. You know what I'm saying? And
Of
we
course.
all find different ways to escape, and this is one way to do it. Some people get mad at something you say or you do or you don't do, and so you can't make everybody happy. Like I remember trying to make everybody happy in the beginning, and it killed me. What's this? What's happening?
I hit the wrong button. Hold on. There it is. I found it.
Oh, what is
I
this?
forgot I could do that, by the way.
What is this? Comment section?
Yeah, it's a highlighted comment.
Taking notes for when I have a chunk of time. Find Cliff dancing while watching Shakira. Watch old Baby Cliff videos. Baby Cliff, it was 2 years ago. How do you mean? How old do you think I've aged in 2 years? 30 years?
I can't remember if I have to scroll down or scroll up. That's it. I'm unsubscribing. Don't need this negativity in my life.
There's no negativity. I think that's.
I'm kidding.
I think they're just joking. I don't think that's serious.
I know they're joking. I just think it's funny.
Oh yeah. No, we're all.
I'm like, no, seriously. If that was for real, I'm like, bye.
Everyone's like, see ya. Oh yeah, the itsxKaTxx. Yeah, YouTube made me take that out. I couldn't.
I know.
Well, I couldn't.
Super sad.
I couldn't do that. I don't know why they wouldn't give me an explanation. Then I kept saying like, "Oh, back at you with some more lilac in this bitch," and then they took away 2,000 videos from me saying "bitch" in the intro of my videos, and I was like, "Well, I can't say anything. When can?" And then they started flagging me, like they said, "Oh, you can't swear in the first 7 seconds." So I was like, "All right." So I took the bitch out, and then like I would swear like 14 seconds in or whatever, 30 seconds in. They'd be like, "You can't curse in the first minute." And I'd be like, "I thought it was 7 seconds. Now you're telling me 1 minute." I was like, "What?" I was like, "What cannot do?"
Truth. His intro used to include tetes.
Well, that was mine. Like, I forgot what I said. Cliff Beast, no script, off the rip, coming at you. I don't know what I said. Grabbing on some tiggity tits. I was joking around and saying tiggity tits, and I do this. And I was just joking. I'm doing this. And YouTube was like, "Yeah, you can't have that. You got to remove that from your intro if you want to monetize your content." And I was like, "Okay." And I took it out, and then little did I know that they would demonetize me 8 months later. So it didn't matter anyways.
Have you found anything yet?
Oh, am I supposed to be looking? I got into the conversation. I apologize.
I have no idea. No, that's what we do.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Wait, what happened? To be honest, you're stuck with me now that Cliff brought me over here.
Hey, I'm here for it. If you want to be here, then I'm happy to have you. It's that simple. If you want to be here, I am happy to have you. I don't want anyone to think that they absolutely have to, but feel free to like subscribe and get me over 1,000 for like 5 minutes. That'd be great.
Yeah, no, that's what drives me nuts.
That's
Is like
the goal.
you have an amazing podcast and you have like an amazing like setup and personality and stuff that it drives me nuts. That you tell me about the numbers and stuff, and I'm like, how though? Like how? Like I understand there's a lot of podcasts out there and stuff, but like you have some very interesting guests on your podcast, and you ask specific questions where it gets pretty heavily into detail. I mean, I've listened to a few of your podcasts, and it just drives me nuts. I'm like, how?
Trust me, it drives me nuts too. That's the thing though. Like I said, it's not as much. I just feel like the people that I bring on deserve now. Don't get me wrong. They need to push it too. They need to promote it too. If they're coming on and they're here for it and they're cool with that, they need to push it too. If they want their people to come on, because it is what it is. So they need to promote it as well so they can get more people in there and then people can see what it's all about. And then, cool. I, on my own, am not necessarily able to get them all the views in the entire world. I had freaking Citizen Soldier on. I've had Mises on. I've had, Logan Mader, John Widowmaker. I've had, a lot of YouTube reactors on. I had JK Bros. I've had Tulip Mafia. I've had you.
You have Kalani too?
I had Kalani on the beat on. I had Mike Squires, who does a shit ton of stuff with like people like Chris Webby.
Yeah.
Like, he's on tour with them. Like, come on now. So, and Watsky and stuff like that. Like, I've got all of these people that have come on. I've got people that, are touring with these huge bands. Some amazing artists, some amazing content creators. And to turn around and get like 80 views breaks my damn heart because I feel like they deserve more than that. And I feel bad. Like
No.
like they come on my content and they only get 80 views and I feel like an asshole.
No.
But I know that it just is what it is. Like things happen and people might not see it or whatever. But the fact is that I want more for me and them.
Yeah.
I want more people to see that side of them that I bring out when I talk to people, when we have conversations. I want people to see that side of an artist and that side of a reactor and that side of a content creator or an author. I brought dirty book authors on there. Are you kidding me?
You say dirty book authors?
Oh yeah.
Dirty book author. What's dirty book?
Like
Playboy?
Yeah, erotica. Yeah.
Like what, Hustler Mags? Like what we got? We working with something?
No, I'm talking like, the books. I'm not talking bodice rippers. I'm talking like dirty.
They give you any extra copies? I'm just kidding.
I have them all signed.
You guys say I have them all. They're all signed.
Truth's been to my house. He's seen it. Okay. He knows it's true. Like he's seen them. He flipped open a book, was like, the fuck?
Truth is the truth.
Yeah. Which you know who Truth. Well, of course you know who he is. You guys judged the competition together. And I, by the way, I have to plan for that. Like I put all of this. This is going to be a little personal. I put all this work into it on my own. I don't have help. I do it all on my own. Like when I do a competition, I basically say y'all show up and look pretty. That's kind of the whole point. Exactly. No, you guys just need to show up, and that's that. Yes, I do like reading porn. Truth. Thanks for. Like you say, it's weird you watch it. Like don't even come at me. But I do all the work myself. Now I do my own graphics. If I make a little video, I've done it myself. Like I do all of it. With no help, I reach out to everybody. I network with other people. And this is on top of the other stuff that I do and my full-time job and being a single mom. And to get like goose eggs, or not goose eggs, but like low view count kills me because I put everything into it.
But how many podcasts you do a week though?
Well, when I'm not down in the dumps about it, generally at least one. I used to do like 3 to 4 and it was just too much. I couldn't take it. By the way, that's awesome, Mama Doritos.
What happened?
Fun fact, my daughter is a voice actor for erotica. Fuck yeah.
What's erotica?
Her daughter is a voice actor.
What's
does audiobooks. Erotica's dirty books, man.
I don't read duty. I don't
like
read
bodice rippers with like Fabio on the front.
No.
Okay, so like books where they have sex and they explain it, like romance, like dirty porn romance, smut books. No. Are you just trying to get me to explain this like 17?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't grow. I mean, if we watched a porn, by me, it's Southside Chicago. If you're gonna watch a porn, you're gonna watch a porn. You didn't read it. You didn't read about it. No, I'm a guy. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Someone wrote the story.
Oh, so it's like an actual like novel, or is it just like a? Oh, I thought you meant like pictures with like a little like fucking like description under it or something like that.
First off, why did my screen turn blue? Like
I just seen that too.
Going down.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I'll turn into a vampire. No, I actually could show you. I can go out there right now and go get a couple books and show you what I'm talking about.
Bring them up.
All right, hold on. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
We got some porn books. Whoa, now it's just me. The show is on me. I'm left here to host the show. Hello, you two. Welcome to Cliff Beats Elsewhere podcast. We are taking over for the night. How's everyone doing? We're taking calls shortly. 1-800 go fuck yourself. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, man. But yeah, I don't know about these books, man. What's up, Joel? Big love. You dropping my first name like that, huh? Dropping my first name. I like how ever since Knox used my name in a diss, everyone calls me Rob now instead of just Cliff. All my friends call me Cliff. When I hear Rob, I hear like ex-girlfriends calling me like Rob. Like in school when I was like in high school. All right, we got dirty magazines, people. It's about to get
Books.
spicy. Books.
Books.
We got dirty books. It's gonna get spicy. I'm sweating already. Oh, it's kind of a candle. It's hot in here. All right, what does it say? Never let go. Oh, bondage. What the fuck? We got Lauren Beal. Oh, it's about to get spicy. It's getting hot. Never let go. Love. Oh, that's the author. Okay.
So
Yeah, like what's the back say?
oh, it's long. Like I'm not gonna read all that. Basically, it says, I was a snake and she was a sweet little mouse. Sure, she could bite, but she was soft enough to soothe the most dangerous beast, me. No matter how poised I was to strike, she ripped me wide open. She forced me to confront the past I tried to hide from. Once she opened the box, there was no closing it. She changed everything. We may have taken her, but she left us just as scathed.
What's up with the ripped open? What is happening? That gave me indigestion instantly. I got nervous. I was like, what are we getting into? Ripped and scathed and shackled and chains.
One of my
What is this?
favorite books, my favorite series of all time.
Oh, how did they get me on the cover? I don't know how they worked that into the AI was advanced.
This is by
All right.
CM Stunek. She has agreed to come on the podcast, but not anytime soon. She's in the middle of a launch right now.
What if she wants to come launch on my podcast? I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I'm sorry. Okay, so Havoc. Okay. Are there any?
This is a
pictures
reverse
of-
harem. It's called Why Choose nowadays. So there are 5 guys and 1 woman.
Okay, so we got a gangbang going on here. This chat is getting pulled down, by the way, guys. The YouTube gods are coming down.
They've not done it yet.
Oh yeah, just give it a minute. They're gonna review me in a second. Let me check my.
They
is
were
this?
on my podcast, Izzy Sweet and Sean Moriarty. They are together. This is
What was
the
it?
first of the Disciples books. It's called Keeping Lily.
So now someone's being kidnapped.
Yes, she is. Her husband owed him money. That's Lucifer, his name is. Her name is Lily. And the husband owed money. And so he shows up and he decides he's taking her.
So like, is she a real person?
One night and everything in my life changed. 2 words and my world turned dark. Take her.
So this is where they got the script taken from.
Well, I doubt that because that was about a kid and like
Marco from Chapoya.
that's taboo. Okay, that's a different genre, and we don't go with that.
Oh,
But he wants my body, he wants my heart, but most of all, he wants the one thing I can't give him, the one thing I cannot bear to part with, my soul.
oh, he wants.
But it
her
describes
soul.
in detail, like slow dragging lick.
I didn't say okay. But we're getting crazy now. What's happening? Slow dragging. Look. Oh,
Yeah.
it gets into graphic detail, huh?
That's like really tame. So yeah,
That's really tame. You got to send me one of these books because I gotta read this.
I
and be
will
like,
send it to you.
what
I'm not
the
even playing
fuck?
with you. I will send it to you, but I'm not going to send you like the dirtiest stuff because you would. I don't know if you can handle that, man. I've got some pretty dark shit.
I mean, I spent, in my younger days back when I was a kid, I used to spend
Right
a lot
when
of
I
time.
was young.
Back in my day, I used to spend plenty of time on the internets. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. I didn't know, like, I knew, like, there were, like, romance novels. I didn't know there were, like,
And there's all different genre. And what's cool about it, and this is like the authors I brought on. If you guys ever go back on my podcast, I'm talking about last year. Actually, I just got a notification from Facebook that a year ago today, I was promoting Ivy Asher, who is who's an author who came on my podcast, and she was amazing. She was so much fun. We had so much fun, and I've actually had 4 or 5, and you can go back and listen to them, and it's really interesting because the entire conversation is not about sex. It's about character building and world building, and that's just a part of it because it's just a part of the relationship, it's a dynamic. But like Izzy and Sean, she writes the women parts and he writes the male parts, and then they like hand it back and forth. Like they talk all about that stuff. I get to talk to people about this stuff. Like, how can people not be interested? Yeah, maybe you're not.
I'm
Maybe you're
very
just that's not
interested.
your genre, right? Maybe that's just not for you, and I get that. But my point is like, how many times are you going to have people? Authors do not get on podcasts. FYI, I popped so many of their cherries.
Really? My
Hmm
back randomly got itchy.
I
My chest.
literally have popped so many podcast chairs. It's not even funny.
Was I? Was this my first? I think you were my first. Yeah, you popped my cherry. You did. You popped my cherry. You were the first.
That's right.
First, you're gonna be my last.
And that's the thing is that it's never ever grilling. It's just having a conversation, and it goes where it goes. And it just, usually this is the direction all of my streams go in at some point or another.
Well, when you mention that, hey, I got dirty books, I'm a guy. I'm like, oh yeah, what do you got? Let's just look at some pictures. And you're like, there's no pictures, and I'm like, oh,
The pictures are here, right? But that's the thing. That's my entire point. Is it's like not everything is about, hey, let's play a song, and then ask you when did you write it, who were you thinking of when you wrote it, where were you sitting, like what made you come up with that lyric? Like it's not that. It's like more like normal conversation for not normal people. So people that we respect and we look up to and we appreciate. But getting them on a level of just being a friend that's just sitting there talking and just sharing part of who they are. What setting do you put your treadmill at? Right?
yeah, of course.
Do you like hot showers or cold showers? And why? I mean, stupid shit like that comes up in conversation. Do you have pets? I mean,
Well, that's what people really want to know about anyway. I mean, they get enough basically from the music or the artistry that they want to know about like what's really going on behind the scenes, what this person really. It brings more of like a human connection, a human element to them instead of just being portrayed as this big figure that's really just another person that's on screen or out behind a microphone. It's just another person. That's why like I was gonna say like when I went to the Harry Mack concert, not this last one. Oh, this last one, a few people came up to me, but the first one I went up to, I got fucking swarmed. I was like, "Oh shit! Like, what's going on here?" And like, it was kind of like I flashed back to like when I was performing like on stages and shit, because I had like a local rep, So like when I would go perform, I had like I would say a few thousand people that would come see me that like were like I won't say not, but they were big fans of mine,
right.
but they were all local. And then like this happened at Harry Mack concert, and I was like, oh, like I forgot what this was like. Holy shit! And it's just, and I even do it sometimes to people like when I meet clients of mine for the first time. Sometimes I won't be saying I'm starstruck, but I'm like, holy shit! Like I've seen this person do all this work, and then now I'm sitting here. Like as I'm sitting there, they're just sitting there drinking their water, talking to me about random shit, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why the fuck? And I do it sometimes, still even to this day, even though I've worked with so many people. I'm like, why did I have this? But still, there's still like a certain like aura around certain people, which is
Oh
pretty
yeah.
cool. Yeah, like when you meet them in person, you're just like, what the fuck, dude?
And that's the thing is it's like that's why I say that I hate that I can't get more views for these people because they're such awesome people and they're giving me the opportunity to sit down and talk with them like on a one-on-one basis, which they don't have to do. They're way bigger than I am. Like I said, I
Yeah,
keep saying Citizen Soldier. They're huge. They're huge, selling out all over the country right now.
yeah.
And I got Jake to come on and talk to me, and he's got like under 100. I about died. Like I was so embarrassed because I'm like, man,
Well, maybe if we keep this train rolling and keep telling people to go like and go subscribe to Elsewhere Podcast, people will go back. I even think about that too. Is like, look, my channel's still pretty young. Your channel's still pretty fucking young. Like, if people just find me now, they're like, oh, I just found your channel now. Like, how come I'm just finding you now? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, but think about where your channel will be in 5 years if you consistently just keep putting stuff out. Then they go back and they watch your original, some of those interviews. Like, oh wait, she had fucking Citizen Soldier on here. She had Kalani. She had this. Like, damn, like there were some fucking big names on here. And then they start listening to all your stuff, and then it just continues to grow as long as you stay consistent with it. That's how I think things work. Because like even like Joe Rogan, the biggest podcast in the world, like he didn't have any viewers for like 8 years, and then all of a sudden now he's the biggest thing in the fucking world.
it's crazy, right? Like, and I get that. It's just, I guess, what's hard for me is trying to bring because I don't have anyone to bounce things off of. It's just me. So trying to bring on guests when, I have to make those relationships. And then I've had people say, you know what, when you get a little bit bigger, hit me up again. By the
Oh
way,
no, they
what
don't.
the fuck is the blue?
I don't know. I'm blue. Da ba dee da boo da da boo dee
Like,
da
you
boo
look like
da.
a normal human being, and I look like a vampire. Like, what is going on?
You're in Twilight all of a sudden. Camera switched to Twilight.
I mean, sincerely, like, why am I like, I'm as white can be right now.
You're good. It is blue. I don't
And
know
you're
what happened.
purple, so I don't know.
Well, my background's supposed to be like a pinkish purple.
Well,
I don't know.
but your face looks like a normal person, and mine literally is like,
It better. I have like a fucking very expensive camera. I was like,
I had to shave
better.
my beard off, though, so,
I'm about to shock everyone. I'm about to
we're
shave
not
it.
twinsies.
I'm gonna shave it, and I'm gonna shock everybody one day. I'm gonna just shave it, and I'm gonna have like no hat on. They're like, "Who is this guy on Cliff B's channel?"
It's
I
the
wanna
Lego
know.
guy with the head.
Because like even when I wear the hat, it puts more shadow like under my eyes and like on like certain like crevices on my face. So when I don't wear a hat, you don't see any of that.
I mean, mysterious.
Being mysterious. No, but seriously, like it gives you more of a shadow. Like even like if you turn like watch, if I turn off this light, like it changes how everything looks. But if you put on more lights, the brighter you go, the less like it's weird. See, like now I'm like super. I'm almost as white as you now.
I don't know. That's kind of hard to achieve.
Oh, I got more lights. I got to turn on every light in this bitch.
I've got to like change. Like, I don't know what I have to do because that's creeping me out. I'm like, oh, you know what? Fuck it. I like it. Blue is
I
kind of
like
my
it too.
thing.
Yeah, that's what, I'll change mine to blue. Want me to change mine to blue for you?
Sure.
All right, I got this.
Considering that this right here is purple. That the cat sign is purple, y'all. I don't know why it's like blue now, but okay.
How do I get to blue?
Blue is calming.
Why is it not changing?
It's changing. Wait, whoa, whoa. It was changing. Oh, that's purple again.
That's white.
Is it?
My light's broken.
Oops. Sorry.
I shouldn't have fucked with the settings.
He's never gonna get it back again.
I'm never gonna get it back again.
You will.
Oh.
There it is. Oh, there it was. Just leave it there.
We're gonna keep
Don't
it
touch
there. I'm gonna fuck around and have no light. All right. Sorry,
Okay.
it didn't work out as planned.
So
Cliff bulbs. Cliff broke it. Yes, Cliff has
Cliff
legs.
has. That's
That's
one of
what
my favorite
everyone's-
comments.
That's what everyone says to me. Like, oh my God, you have legs. Like when I meet him in person, they're like, oh, like you're actually like a normal sized human being. I'm like, yeah. Like what the fuck? Like I'm just used to seeing your torso.
You should convince everybody that you're a dwarf,
Yeah.
and then meet them in person. They're like, oh,
I really
you're
am.
normal size.
Well, I had a friend of mine who lived in India. Or wait, yeah, he lived. I think or maybe he was from India and was living somewhere else. But he actually came. He came to Chicago, and he was like all the way like so. Like I'm on the south side, right? There's a bit. So when you're 3 miles away from somebody in Chicago, you're really like an hour away because that's how bad 3 miles. That's how bad traffic can be. It's not the same as like it's 3 miles going down like a suburb block.
Right.
The city is totally different. But he was like 11 miles, like 10 miles away from me. And he was in town for a couple of weeks and he kept asking me, hey, when can we meet up? And our schedules could not link up whatsoever. And I was like, dude, hey, you can come out to my studio. He was like, oh, well, you know, I could take like an Uber or something. And I'm like, dude, you're not going to take an Uber. It's going to cost you like $200. You know, so I was like, all right. I was like, where are you staying at? He like gave me his hotel. And I was like, all right, you know what? Like it was a Saturday night. And Saturday nights I spent with my girl. And I asked her, I'm like, you want to come with me? Because I can't just cancel plans with her. And she was like, yeah, I'll come with. Like, I'll just be in the car or something, like whenever you go. So I got to meet up with them. And as soon as he seen me, he was like, whoa, you're a lot bigger in person. I was like, thanks. I take that as a compliment, I guess.
Not a half a person.
Calling me fat. But no, we took a picture. It's up on my Instagram.
No, I know. I saw that. I thought it was awesome. I think that's great. Did you see the thing that I sent you about trying to go to a gym in Chicago?
Oh, I think I laughed at it. It was pretty funny. I wonder if those are real people or if that was just for the skit.
I'm sure it was for the skit. They just throw different reels together and they like react like, you know.
Well, I seen the one where the guy took the one like the the girl, whatever that is, the two grip curl bar. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Where he was actually holding it like a rifle. He was like this with the fucking thing. I've seen that on a separate video of him like separately doing that. So I know that was a part of something different. But like the one with
Maybe
the
it was
guy in the
his.
treadmill, the one with the guy in the treadmill, like doing this, or the one guy pulling the Uzi out with the weight and then turning it sideways. I was like, oh my god, this is fucking.
Mhm. I thought that was great, and especially because it was very specifically Chicago, I just had to send it to you. Like, I was like, "You've gotta see this."
Oh, that was pretty funny. Wait, Wallflower said you tell people your height and weight all the time. They, well, I think there's like a weird, like I said, dude. Like I feel like on YouTube or social media or like with just people who have a platform, there's a lot of like a lot of fabrication, a lot of bullshit. So I try to be open and honest with people about everything. Like, I tell people like what kind of car I drive. I don't care. Like I'm not a materialistic person. I tell people my height, my weight. I don't give a fuck. Like I don't know why people hide that. I would understand hiding like family members or loved ones because you never know because there could just be some absolute psychos out there, which there are. I wish
Yeah,
them the
there are.
best. I wish them the best. But I understand that, but like your height and your weight and stuff, like I don't know. Like so I even somebody even one day I was doing a live or a podcast or something. They were like, I was talking about how YouTube works and how we don't make much money doing reactions. I do this for the passion. And they're like, oh yeah, sure, the passion. You made $180,000 last year. And I was like, huh, really? Off what? YouTube? And they were like, yeah, you made 180 grand off YouTube. I'm like, well, shit, I didn't see any of that money, but I wish I did. And they were like, oh, it's on this website. They sent me the link and I clicked it. And like this link had like how much I make per day, per week. And I'm like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, this isn't real. I was like, this is not real. And it shows my salary, what I'm projected to do in like a year or two. And I'm like, where are they getting these numbers? And I started thinking, I'm like, oh, this is if every video is monetized. That's if every single video is monetized, and that's what they're calculating. So they're probably averaging like however much money you get from each advertisement, and they're probably doing like let's say there's two ads. They're probably guessing like an average. There's two ads in each video. Well, he's got 3,000 videos, so that would come out to 18 cents for two ads. Put it on 3,000 videos, that comes out to a certain amount. If it gets however many views he's averaging as well, and they probably calculate this fucking weird number, but it's not even close to real. I was like, where do you get that number from?
Very funny.
But it's just weird though, like how people are like trying to like figure out your salary. So like you could even see, I'll say it here, it doesn't matter now. Like, you could see like some people have ghost written for. Like I don't know how people have found this out, but like if you Google it, you can see it. Like there's not all people, but there's a few on there that's real. I'm not gonna say which ones are real, which ones aren't. But people have found ways to find some stuff out, and I don't know how. And it's kind of fucking creepy.
That is creepy. And here's the thing. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't Google it.
Yeah.
That's something that you hold close to the chest. I'm not gonna go try to like, find you out because I know that if it was my damn business, you would tell me. We're friends like that. You would tell me if it was something that was my place to know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, or if you're like, dude, this is just not something I want to share, then do you know what I'm saying? Like, I would never go Google that because that's kind of like a violation of your privacy to try to out something that's obviously very near and dear to you that you really don't want out there.
Well, that's like one thing. So people have noticed, like they're like, hey, like why don't you have industry ghostwriter in your title anymore? That's one of the main reasons. Because
People are assholes and they're nosy and they need to stop.
well, I in the beginning I kept getting accused for react. They would be like, "Oh, you've seen this before. How are you catching all the stuff in one take? You're faking this." And I'm like, "No, like I'm giving you a real." And I fuck up all the time. I always mess up. I say the wrong things. I misinterpret a bar. It fucking happens when you're listening to something one time. But
Right.
people will be like, "Oh, and that's why I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna let people know like what I actually do, and I got permission. There was no issues with it, so I put it in the title because I thought it was okay to do. So people like, oh, okay, he's a songwriter for the music industry, so he catches things a little bit quicker than some people can on one listen. But it backfired, and that's because I cared about what people thought about me. And then now, after people went digging a bit too much and pulled up some of my information, I was like, oh fuck, like let me just take this out of my title and just I'll put whatever. Like now I get to have fun with it. Like, like fucking this part of this verse was nasty or the ending snapped or there was a twist at the end. Like I like putting pretty cool captions that I just get creative with. Or like, if it's my first time reacting, I'll put like first time hearing or first time reaction, first time hearing. If I just want
Mhm.
to do it, if I want to like fill it out really quick. But yeah,
Right.
I took it out of my title. I was like, dude, I don't need people fucking digging through my shit anymore because I'm gonna get in trouble. But it is what it
People do
is.
suck. People do suck.
Oh, I mean,
No, in general, I mean, it's just I just think that people think that they're entitled to information or that is none of their damn business. I think people just need to mind their own fucking business. So I know that they want to know more about you because they like you and they appreciate you, but like when you go on a deep dive of that level, to me that's like a bit, rein it in, bruh.
yeah, like when you're trying to figure out like who I wrote for, how much I make, like all that stuff. It's
Well, I
it's
mean, I know
crazy.
it's this big, great mystery, right? Like, I know it's like a big mystery, and of course, at some point we'd love to like know all of the nitty gritty details. But I'm never gonna put you in like not like you would respond to this, but I'm never gonna put you in a corner and ask you that because it's none of my damn business. And you've made it clear that it's not something you want out there. So for people to kind of put that out there is kind of shitty. I mean, that's my opinion, but
Well, it's not like I don't want it out there. It's just it's a part of my job. The whole job
right,
is you get paid to write music, but you don't get any credits. Nobody knows about it. The artist gets all the credits, or the producers do, and you just take a check. And people think like, oh, so you're an industry ghostwriter, so you make hundreds of millions of dollars. It's like, no, bitch, that's not how it always works. I could work with the client for fucking 30 days and make $2,000. Or I could work with a client for 30 days and make $60,000. You don't know. It just depends on who you're working with and exactly what project it is. It's
right,
there's no set like there's no average salary for being a freelance artist. That's not how it works. It's like a bidding. Like people don't even understand. It's like a bidding gig, or you work with like particular clients that fit your style. It depends on how well you can adapt. If you like I'm called a chameleon. So I'm like I could adapt to different people's styles. So if I wanted to go write songs like Tom McDonald, I can go do that. If I want to write songs like Eminem, I can go try to do that. I can start. I can't do it exactly like them, but I can see like their patterns. I can see where they're pulling from. Not saying I could
right,
do it exactly like them, but it's just something I'm able to do. I could see where they're putting certain emphasis on certain delivery, the way they're setting up some of their punchlines. Like I pay attention to that stuff, and I don't even talk about their own breakdowns. I'm like, there's no point in me even talking about this shit. But yeah, that's what I do, and people are fascinated by it. They're like, oh, when are you gonna get out of your contract to start rapping? And I'm like, well, if I actually made money off YouTube, maybe I would decide to do something like that. But until then, like I'm gonna keep my career. I've been doing it for 13 years now. Like, why would I? You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah, if I was like underpaid or I felt like underappreciated, of course I would be like, fuck it, I'm gonna leave and I'll go. But like I'm not 22 anymore where I want to be famous and tour around. I don't want to be in front of a crowd for an hour. You know how fucking draining that is? I still
I
remember
believe
that.
it.
And you're fucking rapping and screaming at the top of your lungs. You gotta drink honey and fucking have a constant headache from rapping every day. Yeah, it's do I write diss songs? I can't tell you that. As a rapper, I used to diss people all the time. I mean, I can so the way it started, do you want me to carry on with this conversation or no?
Feel free. I'm here.
I
I'm
don't
here
remember.
like fading into vampirism here, apparently.
You're getting darker and darker as the chat goes on. Everything's fading to black. Just the one. Yeah, now your door. Oh, I thought it was a ghost. I thought you had a ghost. I was like, your door is opening by itself.
What baby?
You know anything that I can put a portion of besides bread?
Oh, we're on mute now. It's a mutiny. I'll just dance then. In the closet. Cat haunts. I knew it. Cliff wrote Melly Mel's diss. Oh, if I wrote Melly Mel's diss, I would off myself. Mr. Robato Cliff.
Sorry, kids. Kid. That's my kiddo.
Oh no, she's amazing. Oh, but what I was saying was basically someone asked something about do I write this record. So
Mhm.
when I don't know if we discussed this before on a previous podcast, and I just didn't want to repeat myself and sound like an idiot.
Well, there's a lot of new people, so.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So a lot of people heard how I started rapping though. So when I first started rapping, I wasn't even. So here's the thing: I started writing alternative rock music at first. I was actually influenced by Bush, the band Bush.
Oh, Glycerine is one of my favorite songs of all time.
The first thing I ever wrote was to that instrumental, was to Glycerine. And I don't know why I did this, but I remember I wrote it and then I kind of like put it away. I would dabble every once in a while and like write poems and shit. And then one day I used to hang around a bunch of people. I was like 14, 15 years old. I was kind of recruited to like sell drugs for people that were older than me. And we all hung out in this one basement. And there was like, I would say 20 to 30 of us, all my friends. It was like a gang, I guess, but we weren't really a gang. We were just there to try to sell drugs. But we would all get together, and there was two people in particular that were always rapping. And then we had a few that would kind of like say a few things, but not really like rappers. But the two would battle each other. I mean, it happened like every fucking week. And then one day, they were both battling each other, and then I was just sitting there listening. Like I think I was just smoking a blunt or whatever. And then they started dissing me, like tag teaming on me, and I was like, "Oh, I can't do anything back. Like, what the fuck?" And they were just, I mean, they were ripping into me about like my personal stuff, just personal stuff that I was going through that they knew because I was a kid. I was 14, 15 years old this time. We all know each other's dirt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that night I went home and I just started writing. I don't even know. I didn't even pick a beat. I just started writing. I had like I don't know. I think I had like a beat in my head. I don't recall, but I remember I started writing, and I had like a little tape recorder, and I kept like recording it over and over and over again. And I probably ended up with like maybe like 5 minutes of material, and I kept reciting it. I remember being in school and just saying it over and over again in my head. And then like a week later, they were battling again, and the one dude turned around and went to say something to me. And as soon as he got one bar out, I jumped up and I just started going at him. And everyone was like, "Damn!" Like you ever seen like the Spit Hot Fire, whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh shit!" And they were like, "Dude, you're like really fucking good." And I was like, "Really?" They were like, "Yeah, you're really fucking good." And I was like, "Okay." And then they were like, "Yo, like we're gonna go battle some kids at this other school." And I was like, "All right, like I'll go." So then I started writing more. So the way I started was actually writing disses. I was battling people and in Chicago, there's not like 2 or 3 schools. There's like 15 schools on one street. You got waffles.
She's showing what she made.
Oh, you got waffles.
Well, bring it closer. Nobody can see it.
Oh, with sprinkles. I'll expect mine in the mail by tomorrow.
He wants you to mail him one.
Thank you.
Cliff, I'll come right back. Hold on.
Oh, you're fine.
Hold it down. I think you know what to do.
Dance?
Let me go take care of her real quick.
Oh, okay.
Get her
go ahead.
settled. I'll be right back, y'all.
I'll tell some more story time. All right. Since I'm carrying this podcast, I'm just kidding. Are you guys having a good time? Everyone good? I've been, you know what I go through when I'm always doing these podcasts? Everyone's talking about food. There's pizza, there's potato chips, there's wings, there's ice cream. I'm on a diet right now. I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight right now, guys. Everyone's talking about food. I can't tell you my rap name because that's going to reveal a lot of things about my past. Everyone just calls me Cliff. Simple as that. But if you want me to continue with the story, so I would go around. I'll wait for Kat. I'll wait for Kat. We can talk about other stuff. So glad our conversation has been age appropriate. We've been pretty fucking good about our fucking age appropriacy. I'm making up words now. I'm waiting on my Subway to come. That sounds great. Like a Subway train? We got like some Subway food coming. Oh, you got beef stroganoff? Oh, I used to be a huge fan. My grandmother in the South used to make it for me all the time. She would do baked beans and smoked sausage, or she would do stroganoff. Oh man, what was the youngest member of House of Pain? Yes, I was like in one of the crisscross videos. I was one of the kids in there. Jump, jump. So I was the only white kid in the video. I'm just kidding. Well, I didn't want to continue my story without you, so we just talked about food.
I almost look human. Look,
What?
I'm human again.
You've
Sorry.
been human.
No,
You
feel
are
free to
human.
continue.
No, I was basically just gonna say, so there were so many schools. I would go around and it would be the best of the best. So it would be like me and like four people from my group of people, and we would all
Right.
battle different people from different schools. And I would usually win, but I took two really bad losses that almost made me quit rapping. Like I won't say bad, but like
Yeah.
when you go to somebody else's territory, it doesn't matter how good you are. If the crowd is with them, they're gonna hype up their bars over yours.
Right.
And I went to this one school. I don't want to say too much, but I went to this one school, and this crowd did not like me just because I was white. Just for the fact that I was white. And I was getting shit the whole time. I mean, I thought we were gonna get into a fight. Like I thought there was gonna be like a fight before the battle even fucking started.
Right.
I'm not remember, I'm 15, 16 years old at the time. And I started battling this dude, and I was getting I know I was winning this shit. But this guy starts spitting, and it's like some of the most like rhyming bottles with models and throttles and top, you know what I'm saying? Just saying like the same shit I've always heard. And they're like, damn! And the crowd's like running around. And then when I start rapping, they all start talking. And I was like, hey, shut the fuck up. Like I had to keep saying, shut the fuck up. And it got to the point where I was like, I'm not rapping anymore. If I can't rap, what's the point in me doing this? And they were like, he lost, he forfeits. And I was like, all right, fuck this shit. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm not doing this shit. But after that one I lost, and then I did actually lose to somebody that was a lot better than me at this time. But he was like I think like 22, hanging out with like 16-year-olds. Anyways, I lost that battle legitimately. I'll own up to it. I'll fess up to it. He's just really good off the top rapper. He could just. I'm a writer. You know what I'm saying? So like he was able to take my stuff and spin it where
Oh, okay.
I could only like really play off of what I already had preconceived. But I can kind of spin things, but not as good as this guy was doing. And he was taking my bars and flipping them on me, and I was like, shit, like I'm not familiar with this format. I'm not used to this yet. And then I lost. I didn't rap for like maybe 6 months to a year. And then I started writing the songs by myself. And that's where I really started finding my passion was in the songs. Um, but I still wasn't there. I really didn't start getting, I would say, good, in my
Hmm.
opinion, until I was like 22, 23 years old. So,
But still, I mean, you got to start somewhere. And I'm sorry, but I don't think for any reason, way, shape, or form that you would be as good as you are without having lost.
mhm. Yeah, you can't win all the time.
Right. I mean, and anybody that thinks that, I mean, and that is not the place to sit there and be like, "Where's my participation trophy?" Like that is not that's not the place you're gonna get one. It's not gonna happen. But no, I mean, I just think that like you see it in beatboxing, you see a level of respect. It's across the board,
Yeah.
right? And that's just it's how it should be. Like Red Wolf. Now you know who Red Wolf is.
Mhm.
He battles all over Ireland. And they
Okay.
have the same thing where they have that level of respect to just kind of stay at. But then when they go at each other, they go all in. But then when they stop, they shake hands and they're friends and they have respect and the crowd has respect. That's just how they handle it. And I prefer that obviously, but you're not going to get that everywhere. You're not going to get that in every place that you go. You could go battle on a national stage, and everybody's like, "Oh, everybody's like behaving," and then you go in the back room of some, place, and you guys are going at each other like doing it down and dirty. They're not going to behave like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
no,
but
I
how
get
could
it.
you be an all around person if you haven't tried different stuff and you haven't been in those different situations and had them knock your ass down, whether it was deserved or not? Who would you be without that story? Like it made you feel some type of way, and it changed your perspective. If you would have won in that other place with all these people that were not inclined to be anywhere interested in what you had to say.
Mhm.
If you had won, you would have held that pretty high up there, right? Your story would have been a completely different thing, and you could go down a different path. You never know.
Yeah, no, it definitely made me angry. But I was gonna say, like, here's the thing too, people don't realize is in Chicago, there's a big rivalry between the South Side and the North Side. A
Well,
lot of
yeah,
people who aren't from Chicago, like they don't understand how big the rivalry is. And basically what it is it's rich versus poor. So the North Side is known for having money, the South Side is known for having nothing. And the North Side likes to just shove that down the South. Like they call us like white trash, they call us just trash, ghetto, and we call them yuppies, North Siders. That's it. But it's more like the North Side always fucks with the South Side, even though they already have everything. Like they have Wrigley Field, they have everything's in. You have everything. You have the fucking
right.
where the Bears used to play. I mean, you have all the biggest, but and the South Side is known for gang shootings and gang violence and poverty-stricken areas. So when I would go to those schools on the North Side, that's where I would encounter some of these issues. Even though there would be some, people who were rappers who would be considered ghetto or gang related or whatever. It's still North Side, and there were still always issues. So yeah, there were fights and stuff too. Not when there was a lot of drinking involved, there was more fights. Obviously.
I'm picturing West Side Story for some reason.
The movie West Side Story.
The musical, Sharks and the
Oh,
Jets
I don't see that.
dancing around.
No, I don't know. I just remember seeing people just getting flatlined, just pat. I
Oof.
remember one time I was battling somebody, and I got done with mine, and I went to like grab a water, and I looked over, and I just see one guy just blind. This dude was in the middle of rapping. This one dude just came up and just bam, like blindsided him, and I was like, oh shit, the battle's over. I remember that. I've never seen someone just go stiff like that, getting hit. And I've been in,
Wrong West Side. Sorry,
yeah, wrong West Side.
my bad.
No, it's all good. But yeah, it's crazy. That's why like when I do talk to other rappers or other people who are like into music, I always like learning their background. I like learning what they're like when I met like when I first talked to Harry Mack, I wanted to know what his childhood was like. That was one of my questions was like, can you I think what I said was, can you elaborate more on like something of your childhood that you just haven't shared with people here on this platform yet that and he explained about him getting his first drum set, which was like the introduction to him learning patterns, which got him into rapping, which was
Right.
interesting to learn. It kind of got him to open up a bit more. I like learning the origin story. I like learning people's backgrounds. Like you said, like, do you like warm or cold showers? Like I like learning stuff about that with people.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's the essence of who everybody is. It's those experiences and those likes and dislikes and your preferences and all of those things that make you who you are. Like me, everybody that I'm around a lot knows. Like me and Truth fight over it all the time. He likes the vibey stuff, like he likes vibey music, and I'm like, I want angsty, like gritty stuff.
you like
When like
lyricism though, right?
I do, I
Yeah,
absolutely do, but I don't. Okay, so like for example, the stuff where it's kind of like top down, driving down the street, lyrics or not, that sound is not for me. I don't enjoy that. I want a beat drop. I want I want when I say that beat's dirty, that means I like it. Like I'm
like your
good.
books. Yeah,
Mm,
dirty
you
like
know,
your books. Yeah,
exactly. Like I'm just a dirty person. But no, for example, I'm going to use the competition for an example. I preferred Sightem and Blind Sight because Blind Sight was like more angsty, like more angry. I love that. And like when me and Skulls and Truth used to judge, when I was like judging, I would always go for like the angst. Truth would go for the vibes, and Skulls always was like a toss up in the middle. And it just got to the point where it was literally you knew how I was going to go, and you knew what Truth was going to say, and like we needed to change it up. That's why I stepped out of that because I'm like I want something that's angry and mad and like, getting in your face and stuff. I want Tech 9 and I want freaking King ISO and I want that stuff.
I get
I
it.
don't necessarily want like the
Well, I could tell by your reaction when we all had the same vibe. We all pretty much we're
I
on the same
know.
page. And I know you weren't about it, but the song
Doesn't
structure
matter.
was so perfect. Like, yeah, he nailed
Doesn't matter.
everything.
That was the
Yeah.
whole point. I don't have, and that's the whole thing. That's like one of my big things on my channel and my Discord and my community. I don't have to like what you like, and you don't have to like what I like. In fact, you don't have to agree with anything that I say, but you can't be
Yeah.
a dick about it, right? Like,
Mhm.
don't be disrespectful. That's it. You respect the fact that I don't agree with you, and I respect the fact, like, I am. And there goes Blindside. I didn't know he was lurking,
Oh,
but
Blindside snap. I love
I
Blindside
know
too, but like it was so neck and neck. But the way what's his name? Larry? Was that his name?
Larry. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Larry. The way he just put those songs together with those choruses were just he nailed everything. But Blindside did too. Like it was so tough, but I had to go like in my head what was
Right.
most commercially acceptable, most well structured song, and we all kind of were just like this is it was punching through. It was like the delivery of everything. But I'm like you too. I love the lyricism. I love the angst. I love the anger. I love the aggression. But I
Mhm.
was judging it from like if I was working with somebody, and it
Right,
just
which
so
I knew you
happened.
were gonna do, which is why I was so excited to have you. I knew exactly what you wanted, and I tried to portray that to everybody, like, "This is what you need to do."
Yeah,
And, like, and I think that's really funny because I watch reactions and I catch bars too. I hear things. Some people are like, "Well, I can't hear that." I'm like, "I heard it.
sure. Oh yeah, I'm sure you can. You
I
listen to a
caught
lot of
it.
music. Yeah,
I do." I listen to unreleased music. I listen to, stuff people are like, "Hey, what do you think of this? Do you think I'm going in the right direction?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know about that, but this is what I think of what it is." Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. That's
I
why I like when you give me reaction requests. Is you always pull up artists I haven't really like heard of or like dived into, but they're really dope. Like you'll find like some underground artists who have a bit of a following, but just haven't like busted through that barrier quite yet. But they're
mhm,
right there, and
yeah.
just right there. There's a few of them you've given me, and I was like, damn, Cat's got an ear because you do have an ear for some pretty good fucking
Well, I like to think I do. Like,
music.
and that's the thing. That's why I was like, "Shit, I'll do a reaction." I think I could catch some stuff.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of one of those things where it's like, "Did you catch what that was all about?" And I'm like, "Well, I think I did." But,
yeah.
it's almost
uh,
like I want to prove myself. Like, I've sat through enough of them. My God. I've sat through enough reaction videos and live streams and all of the things and, talk to people and reviewed music and help people collab, and I've done all of this stuff. Like, so when I say that I'm not just here, like, with a thumb up my ass sitting on camera, I actually am doing a lot of other things. Like, this.
mm,
Blindsight knows this. I mean, Truth in here earlier, Truth and Skulls and Keto did a song together. I put that together with them. Like, I made it happen. I'm working with Rachel and Truth and Skulls right now, and they're about to release a song. You
that's
know,
good.
Connecting people because maybe they have somebody on in their corner that might mess with something that somebody else has, or maybe it just will hit different and make them think a little different. And the next song that they do, they have an experience under their belt that might make them approach it in a different way.
Yeah.
If good, bad, or indifferent, I mean, it can't hurt, right?
No, you're 100% right. Yeah, I mean, everybody you work with that's different than you gives you a different experience. It teaches you something too when you work with different artists.
No,
But
absolutely. And I learn stuff constantly, constantly. I might not know how to articulate it properly. I
that's
might not
fine.
know what I'm trying to say, but I know what I mean.
No, and that's the thing too is like it doesn't because here's the thing is like you could know a song in and out and you
Mhm.
could explain it to people and you're gonna have some people that are gonna argue with you like no, and they're gonna have it in their head like this is exactly what it means to me. And they will argue with you. I mean, they will go
Yeah.
down, they will die on that hill, even though you know what the song is about. So like like I even noticed this too. Like I used to really try to break down every little bar, and then people were like, "Dude, stop breaking down everything." I was like, "Okay." So I'll just sit back a little bit, and then like I
Mhm.
sat back too much, and they were like, "No, like why aren't you breaking down bars anymore?" I'm like, "Okay." Then I'll just kind of just point out stuff that I like, and that's been like the happy mediums. I point out stuff that I like, and that is where everything kind of was like okay. But no matter what, like you're gonna have people that give you shit, give you a hard time, and music is so subjective too,
It is.
and
You
it
could be
can
having a
mean
shitty day and suddenly the same song has a completely different context.
Yep, that's what I'm saying, and an artist knows that because they're trying to tap into a bunch of different minds at one time. Um, so it's kind of hard, like when you do reactions, and that's why like you gotta like look at the comments just for like what's next and not for their take on what you just did because they're gonna be critiquing your work and then
Of
some gonna
course.
be we're gonna be really nasty with you. Like maybe some people are gonna be really nasty. I mean, like I said, I say it all the time. I've gotten death threats over reaction videos. Like
It's not
just
that serious, people.
well, I mean, just for voicing my opinion or
No,
explaining
I
like
know.
what I
That's what I'm
heard.
saying, but they need to understand it's not that serious. Like, seriously, if they don't like what you say, then click something else. I mean, why do
Oh
people
yeah.
gotta go that far? I don't under people just blow my mind all the time.
Well, you got to remember this too. And I talked to Knox about this. Is well, I talked to Knox. I talked to that singer reacts and Anthony
Mhm.
Ray, and a lot of people are also inebriated. A
True.
lot of people are intoxicated when they're watching videos, and they're not even thinking of what they're saying or like having the option to reach out to me 24/7. Oh, I can reach out to this dude anytime that I want. Let me just go type some fucked up shit to him while I'm all fucked up, and then I get apologies all the time, like, "Oh, hey, I was really fucked up. I'm so sorry for what I said. You're actually a really cool dude," and I'm like, "It's
That's
all good."
sad though.
I know.
And
That's
don't
why
get me
I
wrong,
always
I
show
do it
empathy.
too.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't done it. It's been 2 weeks I haven't done that 'cause
Well,
sober
that's
as a judge right now, but what I'm saying is I do that shit all the time. I'm like, "Hey, let's message everybody and their brother. Let's message Ti. Maybe he'll jump on the pod." Like, "Akon, where you at, bro? Let's bring you back. Maybe I can jumpstart and bring you back on. Like, I kinda miss your music. Let's do it." I don't
Akon's
get
must
any
go on tour right
answers.
now.
I literally don't get any answers, but, I try.
Hold
I'm
on,
sure they're like, "Yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning." I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a really good message.
Michael Ash said, "Cliff Beats, how about Cat
No.
react to your best original song?"
No.
What do you mean best original song?
Just no.
Just no. All right, no. No is
Nope.
the answer. Elsewhere podcast rules.
Well, no, because I mean, we could explain it and be like, well, because he doesn't have any original songs that are out there that are available to be played for reasons he's explained ad nauseum previously on his streams, on previous podcasts and live streams and discussions, over and over through his content. So, with that being said, no.
Well, I did make a video one time. So somebody, I think I told you about this. Somebody sent me their music through this one website, and I was listening to their music because they wanted just my personal opinion offline. They didn't
Mhm.
want a reaction. I always try to help people. If I can give them a few pointers really quick, I'll do what I can. It's just I don't mind it. I just don't want people to send me like poems and shit. 'Cause I'm like, I can't read it in your tone. I don't know what you have in mind. I need to hear it. I need to know what you have going on here. But I'm on this site. I'm like, why does this site look so familiar to me? It's blowing my mind. And I'm like, hold on a second. And I typed in my stage name, and all of a sudden I just seen a list of shit. And I'm like, oh, I used to upload here. When I was trying to grow locally, I used to use this certain site, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" And then I started playing the music, and it was still playable. And I'm like, "I gotta let my label know." So the next day I went in and I was like, "Hey, I found this. You need to take this down." They were like, "We'll get back to you." I was like, "Okay." And they gave me a call, and they said, "You don't need to take that down. It's not that big of a deal." I said, "Are you sure? Like you can pull it. I understand." They said, "No, honestly, it's they're like, don't take offense to this, but it doesn't reveal anything. It's doesn't even it's nothing related to who you are now. It doesn't even sound like
Right.
you." They were like, it's so basically saying it's so bad, we just leave it up. I was like, all right, well, I was like, can I share a few of these with my viewers then, so they can actually see that I can rap even though it's not good? And they were like, yeah, if you really want to, but I don't know why you'd want to. I was like, well, people have been really asking to hear something, and they were like, go ahead, go nuts. And I made the video, and it wasn't um, received poorly or uh, greatly, but it was showing people the beginning from 16 to
Right.
20 of me learning song structure, and like they're all throwaway garbage verses that I wrote in the matter of minutes that I would just lay down while drunk. I was
Right.
drinking a lot at this time. But it was cool to be able to share it and hear people be like, "Oh, Cliff isn't lying. He actually raps." I didn't fucking think. I thought he was Joe. I thought he was lying the whole time. It's like, no, like I rap, but this is actually really bad. So when you said, "Do I have any original songs?" I do. They're still up on this site. I will not reveal this site because I don't want anybody digging through this shit. Um, but yeah, I don't think it's appropriate. They're so bad. It makes me cringe. It makes me cringe when I hear them back. I'm like, oh. I don't know where in my head I thought like some of this delivery was good, or I don't even know what I was doing or where my headspace was at. It was so bad. So bad.
Well, I always say that music and songs are a snapshot. It's like your life is a movie, and it is a still from the movie, like each video and stuff of what was going on in your life at that time, where your head was at, where your age was at, where your maturity was at, where your skill level was at. It's a snapshot. Doesn't, take away from where you are now. It just is what it is and was what it was at the time. It just is.
Yeah.
It's just a
Well,
piece. It's just a piece of what brought you to where you are.
it's just like when you go, like there's a song, Eminem has "Lose Yourself." He did a demo version when he was all fucked up on pills. He didn't even know he recorded it, and they were like, "Oh, hey, you remember when you recorded this?" And he was like, "No, what are you talking about?" And they showed it to him. He was like, "When the fuck did I record this shit?"
Whoa.
That's basically what these were to me. I
I
was
got you.
I was I was like, "Oh, whoa, whoa, when did I record?" I was drunk most of the time I even recorded these things. I'm like, "Where the fuck where did I why did I post these here?" And these are all throwaway like rough drafts. Like, when you first record music, you don't walk into a booth and have everything perfect. You're trying to find everything. You're trying to basically you lay something. It's called a rough draft. You do a rough draft burst, so you kind of know exactly where you want to place things, and then you go back when it's all polished and you fill in the gaps. And that's
Right.
what I did here. And these were so bad, man. Oh, I've had some where I was pining over my ex-girlfriend and shit, and they were just so sad and depressing. I was like, "Oh my god." Like you said, your headspace where I was at, it was just not a good place.
Hey, it was a snapshot. Okay.
Oh, it was a fucked up snapshot.
I didn't say it was. I didn't say it was good snapshot. I just, it's like we're taking a shitty picture. You're like, well, that happened.
I was trying to log into the name and I couldn't remember the password or any. I don't even remember the email address. I don't even know how. I asked. I was like, "Can you just?" I asked my little, "Can you just take it down?" They were like, "No." I was like, "Fuck, just take it down, man. I don't want to see this anymore."
And see, one of my biggest issues, like right now, for example, the hard thing of me coming up with anything. Let's just say I was like, hey, let's do a video. The problem I have is that I've already seen a lot of them because that's kind of I see them in passing or I see people request them and all that stuff. So that's how I can suggest. I pick out my favorites and then I turn around and I've seen them. So it's like it would be really hard for me to do what I do on a regular and turn around and not and do reactions, like, if that was something I were to do as, like, a part of my content. Because one of the things that I do is I listen to music, I listen to people's music, and I listen to new stuff that came out, and I kinda screen things all the time. So that takes away a lot of opportunities, unless
Yeah.
I just did what I wanted to do, which,
That's why I try to be around for releases so I could just because I'm gonna want to listen now too. I'm invested in a lot of these artists. I'm going to want
mhm,
to listen, so I'm like, I might as well be there for the reaction, right? You'll see me do it during premieres. I will be there during the countdown all the
yep,
way till
I've
the
seen it.
end, and I'll even go back and redo it. So it's showing you, hey, he's really doing real fucking reactions. There's no editing. There's no nothing. He's watching the fucking countdown with us. I'll be talking to people in the chat before I go while I'm live. Um, but yeah, it's that's why I try to be there for that because I'm like you. I'll start listening to shit now because I'm trying to be more open to music.
Well, and that's my thing, like, I bring on people, like, that I like, but there's
Mm,
stuff that's out there that I might not have thought that I might like. And I hear random things and I save it. And actually, I have a playlist on YouTube. You guys can find it on my channel. It's songs to listen to or whatever it's called. There's like 200 on there, but if you scroll all the way to the bottom, those are the most recent ones. I find some random stuff. I found one the other day. It was on a show or something. One of the best. I know it would get copyrighted like hell. Like I know it would get nailed. But it was one of the coolest songs I've heard in a long time. I was stoked. I'm like, I want to hear that. And I want to suggest it like to you. I want to suggest to other people, but I can't because I don't want them to get nailed. You know, I'm
Do you know
sure
the
they
name
could.
of the song?
I absolutely can look it up real quick.
Yeah, what's the name of the song? I don't mind fighting for my videos. That's one of the
But you just
biggest
got to
parts.
teach me how to do it because I just kind of ignore them. I'm like, all right, well, I guess you didn't want me to see that shit.
Well, you just have to. It requires a lot of time, and people don't even want to
See,
waste their
well,
time with
I know
it.
that people have like something that they type up to start the process. I don't even have that. Like, I don't even know what to write. That's kind of
Oh,
where I'm at.
I could send you my templates if you want. Like I have templates I could just send you over. That's
By
up
the
to
way, the number one and the face of that playlist that I'm talking about on my channel is Bliss and Esso, Know Yourself, and you reacted to that recently on
yeah,
my
it was
request.
very dope. Yeah, listen us. That's what I mean. Like you show me these artists who I've never heard of before, and I'm like, man, that's dope actually.
There's two of them that I'm really stoked about, and I found them in a row. One of them's only like a minute and 15 seconds long, but it's fucking fire. And that one's called Cosmo Sheldrake Birthday Suit. The second one, the one that I'm talking about that I thought was just like for some reason, I just it hit me sideways. I'm like, this is badass. Is m- I'm gonna fuck this up. Moonchild Sanally and Sad Night Dynamite. It's called Demon.
Demon.
Mm-hmm.
And they're a signed artist. I never heard of them before.
Um, I mean, I know that it has copyrights.
Oh,
I know that. Well, because I check for some reason it's like an automatic thing. I can pull it up. I have no problem doing that.
how do you check for copyrights? I don't even know how that works. What do you mean?
You just go below the video and you click more, and then you scroll down to licenses, and it tells you.
Well, there could be licenses on it, and you can still get past them.
No, I agree with you, but that just kind of tells you.
Yeah, that's where I go to
Also,
to
but you
look.
also use logic. Okay, so I know from experience. Yes, Scott. Yes, that song right there is one of the two that I just mentioned. Um, one of the things I use is common sense, right? So country, old rock,
Yeah.
Elvis. Okay. Anything that's gonna be like K-pop that is especially live shows in another country. Um, like there's a list that you just from experience, you've seen it happen a million times and you know those get nailed, right? Which is why
Yeah.
you see me asking you, you'll hear me ask sometimes, I'm like, well, which one got nailed? Like I'm just curious, because I want that for my mind for my bank so that I know, okay, well, this tends to be a problem, this tends to not be.
Yeah. If you see Sony Music Entertainment or UMG, that's where you're gonna. They'll even pull your video off a live stream. Uh,
Yeah,
especially if you have monetization turned on, you need to have everything off. Uh,
gotcha.
if you have it on, they instantly like limit your video and they do a review right there on the spot and they'll pull your video. If you have it off, I tested it last week or no, my last this Tuesday, and I kept everything off and I was fine doing more Avenged Sevenfold and older stuff like that. I had no issues. So
I'm
it's
actually
crazy.
I'm actually about to pull this up just to see. It's a minute and 15 seconds. I'm sure we'll be okay. This one
Sure.
is just interesting. It's just one of those things you see that's quirky and you're like, whoa, what the hell?
I'm gonna lose my $3.33 I made on this podcast.
I'll PayPal it to you. We're good.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hold on, I gotta pause it. It's like a minute and 15 seconds. I can't let it play at all.
I had it pulled up.
Oh, you did? Well, then you play it. What am I doing? I'm
Cosmo
check.
Sheldrake birthday suit. Is that the one?
That's one of them. Yeah, that's the second one. The one that I really love is the demon one, but this one
Oh,
probably shouldn't get cut down.
tell me the name of the demon one. What was it?
God, it's a pain in the ass one. I lost it. I have to scroll again. Hold on. Hey, what's up, Ray? I see you. Vibe reactions in the house.
Ooh, what's up?
Moonchild Sanely, Sanelly, and Sad Night Dynamite.
Okay. Hold on. Let me
Because
see.
couldn't get any more complicated with the name.
Well, that's one thing that drives me nuts too. Is people have these rap names that you just this is Warner Music Group,
Hmm.
uh, Sony
I knew
Music
that one was.
Publishing. Oh yeah, it's WMG and Sony Music
Yeah,
Publishing.
I know. I knew that one was a bad one, which sucks because that one's fire. But
Uh, man, do we listen to it? Let me hold on. Let me turn off my monetization because I'm gonna get it. I will get pulled off the live then. Hold on.
I don't know. They don't like you, so.
I know you're telling me. Let's see here. All right, I'll play it right now. Do I need a video? There's no video, is it? Is it a video? Oh, it is a video.
Yeah, you can hit share screen if you want.
I got a lot of stuff up on my screen, but fuck it, I don't care. So let's see. Share screen.
You can share just that window, and you click the bottom where it says.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you can choose what you share.
So is it going to show?
Hold on, it will. Okay, there it is.
Now, can I leave this or no? I have to watch this right here, right?
I mean, we can be down here.
I can't see, so if I go back over here, oh, okay, I can see myself now.
Well, now it's all squidgy. It's all like tiny.
That's because that's because I came back to the chat. If I go back to the video, it's gonna probably go back.
No, I changed how it looks on the screen. I figure maybe that won't get it clapped as easy if it's like a weird ass squinched video like this.
All right, let's give it a listen though. I mean, worst case, we can listen to a little bit of it and then turn it off.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Play.
She don't care about me, she for you and then talk shit about me. She be telling you things, you come home and act like I'm starting this shit. She be pushing buttons, when you come you don't ask and start defending. When you tell her no ban, go bad, this thing me now I am ending. She's a heifer, a demon. A heifer, a demon, I don't want to deal. She's a heifer, a demon. A heifer, a demon, I don't want to deal. She's a heifer, a demon. A heifer, a demon, I don't want to deal. She's a heifer, a demon. A heifer, a demon, I don't want to deal.
She can go down, down, take you out back. Naked in the backseat, lying out flat. Once you go down, down, won't get away. Let you fall down, 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 down. She can go down, down, take you out back. Naked in the backseat, lying out flat. Once you go down, down, won't get away. Let you fall down, 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 down.
She can go down, down, down to the dark place deep in my mind. Girl, you're the witch, I swear it on God, don't you ruin my life.
You just act hard when I'm feeling lockjaw, cause you know I won't bite. Dreaming of you chained up, thrown in the lake, brings a tear to my eye. Oh, which
She's
this
a heifer,
time?
a demon. A heifer, a demon, I don't want to deal.
Is she saying a heifer?
Yes, like
A heifer, a demon.
like
Okay.
you, bitch, you a heifer.
You a heifer, a demon. Okay, they're from the UK or something. They gotta be, right?
Whoa, Chris,
What?
I'm looking. Hold on.
Oh, Chris has hooked you up. You rich now.
That's you, man. He hooked you up.
That's you.
That's
Right.
you.
It's me.
That's you.
I owe you lunch. I owe everybody lunch. No, I don't owe anybody lunch. I can't afford everybody. I got you on lunch, though, Cat. I'm sorry.
No, that's
Thank-
awesome. Like
you,
seriously, I
Chris.
just love people popping in and showing love. I think it's awesome.
I would surprise you, long-time viewer. Keep on doing you. Oh, thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. I know I've seen you around plenty of times, Chris. Thank you so much for the love. It means a lot to me. But I was trying to make sure. I was like, am I hearing heifer? A demon.
She's a heifer.
A
A
demon.
demon.
Okay, that's just an interesting word use, but they're definitely from, I think, from the UK. They gotta be.
She's a heifer, a demon. A heifer, a demon, I don't want to deal. She's a heifer, a demon. A heifer, a demon, I don't want to deal. She's a heifer, a demon. A heifer, a demon, I don't want to
She can
deal.
go down, down, take you out back. Naked in the backseat, lying out flat. Once you go down, down, won't get away. Let you fall down, 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 down. She can go down, down, take you out back. Naked in the backseat, lying out flat. Once you go down, down, won't get away. Let you fall down, 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 down.
You don't listen to heifer, a demon. A heifer, a demon, I don't want to deal. She's a heifer, a demon. A heifer, a demon, I don't want to deal.
This ghost thing right here that they're doing. If you ever seen the movie Frighteners,
Yes. Oh, I love that movie so much. I really do.
that's where I think I do too. I think that's where they got this idea from. But I like this a lot. This song it's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty dope.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you just never know.
No, we're vertical now.
Hold on. I'll fix it.
There we go. Yeah, no,
There we
it was good. I'm using that tomorrow. Heifer demon, have one at work. Have one at work. I have a heifer and a demon at work. Yeah, she's a heifer, a demon. I don't want to deal.
And that's
It's
the
very
thing.
catchy.
Like, it is very catchy. And usually I don't like music like that, but like it's dark enough. It's quirky enough. I'm all for the dark and twisty. Like the dark, like um I can't think of the word.
It's okay.
The dark side. I put it on my stories and stuff all the time. Neone, Dark Side. I absolutely love that song. That's one of my favorites. And it's just like got that real haunting, dark, angsty type, you know. And then she's being kind of a bitch, which I'm here for too.
Yeah, you like the sassiness. You like it dirty and sassy.
I don't now, let's be very careful with that because I don't like, you know, like let's throw my on the like let's slap it on the screen.
No. I
shit.
meant with the music. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying, like, there's a fine line between, like, doing it tastefully, right? Where you can be bitchy and you can be sassy without having to be, like, gross.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Some people, like, I remember when WAP dropped and everyone was like, oh my God. The world was shook up because of WAP. You only really had, you had Nicki Minaj kind of doing it. You had Little Kim doing it. Little Kim was like the breakthrough artist that really brought like sexual influences into hip hop, where it was very more vulgar than people were used to coming from a woman. They've heard it from men, but they never heard it from a woman, and she caught so much flack from it.
Because honestly, by the way, thank you, Grindelix. I know I'm saying that wrong. I appreciate you.
Grindle.
Thank you.
Grindelix.
But see, like Lil Kim, the thing is that when she brought it into hip hop, right? Now I might be wrong. I'm not an expert here, but the fact was, prior to, you kind of had to be one of the guys. If you were a female and you were a rap artist or you were in hip hop, you kind of had to be one of the guys. It was a hard sell to be a hardcore rapper, but be a female. It was really, I mean, there was not very many. Some people tried and failed, but then you had people like, TLC, but they weren't really, I don't consider them as much rap like Left Eye was, but
no,
I consider them R&B.
You had Lauryn Hill, who's one of the
Lauryn Hill, oh God, she's like one of my all-time favorites.
That's what I'm saying. So she carried herself with a lot of class, though. You know what I'm saying? She was like one of those, like, I hold myself up with dignity. I'm going to deliver these bars and I'm going to compete with everybody. Where nowadays, a lot of women just lean far into the sexuality part of it because they know it's going
like a shock value.
Little kids are going to listen to it. Yeah, it's bad. It's gotten really bad. Like where women are just saying some of the nastiest shit you don't even want to hear.
No, I believe you 100%. Like I honestly, that's why I don't listen to it. Like I just don't even care. Like I've gotten to the point now where it's like if something is good enough that's mainstream, I'm going to hear about it without having to ever go listen to mainstream music because people in the community, people that are somebody's going to say something and it's going to pop up and it's going to catch my ear and then I'm going to hear it. But I'm not going to actively go watch any of the shows that they're on. I'm not going to listen to the radio. I'm not going to go on the top 10 hits because I don't want to hear like 90% of it. I don't care. And it's not something that I resonate with.
Yeah. No, I get
But then I get shocked sometimes with some of these independent artists. They're just amazing. I get completely blown away.
Yeah.
Like I remember the first time I heard Kid. I was like, well, shit. Okay.
Oh, I think I just reacted. Wait, no. I think did I just react or did I just post a
You just
video of his.
posted a video that was Kid, KYD, and
That was from a live I did a couple months ago, and he actually messaged me and he told me to check out a different song, and he said, "Oh, you want?" He said something like, "LOL, listen to this song if you want lyrical something." I was like, that LOL sounded very diabolic. I was like, what? It sounded like you really want to fucking get me fucked up. But yeah, he seemed pretty cool. But yeah,
but it was a surprise because I hadn't heard him prior to like the first time I heard him on a live stream at some point. I was like, whoa.
yeah.
And, like I know somebody, Jackson Pierce. A lot of people here know who Jackson Pierce is. He used to run. He would find all the independent music that dropped that week, and he would put it into like a video, and he would go through and like when he would react to it, like listening react more so than like video react, and it would go on a rating chart, and then the top like 25 of each and every single week he put out a video for. So guess what I did? Scroll through, next, scroll through, next, scroll through. Ooh, that goes on my playlist. Like that's what I did
Yeah.
for a long time. Well, now he got nailed. He was in Crystal River, Florida, so he got nailed by the hurricane. But
Oh shit.
yeah, so he's kind of licking his wounds right now. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's one thing I've noticed too is I was very naive and I guess naive is just the correct word when it came to independent artists. When I first started YouTube, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, anybody on YouTube, I was like, they're not gonna be good rappers, they're not gonna be good at all. And then I actually gave them a listen, and I was like, oh shit, like there's some talent out here that just isn't getting picked up.
There is.
And but you know what's crazy is I'm seeing independent artists becoming better and better. They're starting to like, I don't know. I even notice this with kids these days. Like I have little 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds walking into my studio, spitting in double time, triple time, doing all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So they can do what ends up happening is they have all this ability, but when they do get picked up, labels don't want that. They want you to sound like what they want you to sound like.
I don't
And,
know who graced the labels into thinking that they know what the hell is actually good music. I'm not saying okay. So I get really torn about this because I can't decide which it is. I can't decide whether people are just fucking stupid and just because people are like you should like this, they're like, "Oh, that's awesome." And they're just dumb. I don't know if that's one of them or if there's some listening aspect, like there's some piece of my brain that is turned off that can accept the shit that's on the radio. Like I just don't have the part of my brain flipped on that can accept that as music. I'm like, well, this is some bullshit. Now I'm not saying that it's horrible, but like when compared to independent music, that what you can see and what you can hear, and the amazing things that people are putting out. And I get what you said it before. Just killing the lyricism is not going to make you succeed. You have to be able to put a song together.
mhm.
They've proven over the years, for years and years and years, that there are like specific chords and stuff that make hit songs.
Yeah, and I shouldn't even be saying this, but to be honest with you, a big part of it, it's not necessarily mind control, but it's an agenda.
Of
There's
course,
there's an agenda to why certain music is pushed a certain way, and I can't get too far into it. That's just all I can say is
no, I get that.
people wonder why certain artists, why is this on the radio? Why is this person popular? Like this isn't good. Well, there's an agenda behind it that hasn't been revealed yet. You're just seeing the beginning of the story, and they already have it mapped out. So
No, and
you think
I agree
you
with that. Like you can see boxes being checked off. You can see where it fits into certain little holes that you think that it might be fitting into. But none of us have the whole story because we're not part of that part of it,
yeah,
right? But we can see it. And I think especially lately in the last couple of years, we're starting to really feel it. You feel that manipulation happening. You feel going on.
well,
You feel it. You feel there's something else and we're starting to pay attention to it. Some of us, not everybody. Some people are just happy, blissfully ignorant, and they sing their WAP or whatever the fuck. You know how long it took me to figure out what that stood for?
yeah, oh God, that's funny. I was gonna say there's a perfect example of that happening. Well, one was the Sam Smith performance where
Of
people were
course.
like, "What the fuck was this?" And then there is Doja Cat released a song recently where everyone's like, dude, this is some satanic shit. I ain't fucking with this.
Well, she's all red, and I saw like a clip of where
No, she's
no.
she's all black like a demon.
Oh, I thought I don't know. Maybe I didn't really see it because I'm saying like she was like, crawling around or something. Because I was looking, somebody I know
Oh,
really likes Doja Cat, and I was going to look to try and say like, well, isn't that the bitch I'm a cow chick? Like that's the last thing I ever heard from her.
she used to be absolutely gorgeous. That's the thing that I mean, I gotta find this here. I'm gonna pull it up right here.
And then she's on that Post Malone song that I like.
Hold on. Why I don't want to hear a fucking. Why can't I just look at a picture? All right. I'm just gonna pull this up really quick. Where's the thingy? Oh, all right. It's a screen share. This is what people are going nuts about. No, that's not what I want to put. This one right here. Now it's gonna look weird because I don't know how much of the screen's gonna show up. Oh, I don't want to upload a file. What's this showing here? Is it
It shows
showing
a
where my mouse is or not?
yeah, I can see your mouth.
You see her
Oh,
right
okay.
here?
Yeah.
She is straight up dressed like a fucking demon, and the whole
I don't know
song
why I thought she was red for some reason.
because she
'Cause
might have been in the
that other
video.
picture right there. See those other pictures where it's like all red and stuff? That's what I thought. That's what I was putting together. But where she's crawling around, that's what I saw. Like I was like, the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, I mean, look at this shit. I mean, it's gotten a little bit too far. I mean, look at this one right here. I mean, come on. Someone said, nope, nope. That's when it gets taken a bit too far, and that's what's going to it's going to push people in other directions, and that's why labels are already seeing the numbers dwindle. They're starting to see people go towards YouTube, go towards independent artists, and that's why they're latching on so hard to these distribution companies for ad revenue right now. That's where the main source, that and ticket sales, is where they're generating the revenue. So they're leaning so hard into it that it's coming across as desperate, and people are catching on to it. Your daughter
scared the
needs you.
crap out of me.
You got a demon.
Come on, honey. Can I do it in a few minutes? Thank you, babe.
I'll tell her we'll only be on for a couple more minutes. We're gonna
Yeah, I know. We're not gonna be on too much longer, but
just a couple minutes.
yeah, I told you it's gonna be a long one.
Sally, we're just gonna say goodbye to everyone. You can go take care of your stuff.
No, she's good. She wants attention, which is fine.
No, yeah, no, I totally get it. Oh, it is already like 8:15 anyway, so I mean we could just hang out for a minute and then
Well, I still want. See, Jared just said I got off easy with reactions.
you still want what? What do you want?
I want to do one that I'm not expecting.
You want to do one that
something-
you're not expecting.
I want to do something I'm not expecting.
Okay. But you're putting this on me. Did we put this on the chat? Did we put this on the chat?
No, she wants to be on camera.
Oh, no, I was saying
No. Desiree's correct. She wants to be on camera. That's what it is.
Oh, it's okay.
She wants to be like, hi. That's what it is. She doesn't need me. She's like, that's what that is.
Oh, I get it. The camel toe song. I don't think so. That ain't gonna fly. What is that? But okay, so do you want something like? Said you like lyricism
I do.
and you like anger.
I do.
Trying to think here.
What do
What
I use
about-
to make the call with Clip and stream it? I use Restream personally, and it works out great.
Yeah, restream, but it's $50 a month though.
Yes, I pay for it, y'all. Like it's not. This shit ain't free.
Baby metal or bat metal. That's right, bat metal is hilarious. Somebody just gave me Token dropped a new track. It sounds like dropped a new song today.
Is he the one that used to have the monk haircut?
What's the monk haircut?
Like, look like an old fashioned monk, shaved all the way up and like a little cap.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really followed his career like that. What's up, Edgar? How you doing? I'm trying to think. So have you heard like? I already said Eminem. I'm just thinking about Eminem being angry. You stopped at a certain time. Did you hear? What's the name of that song? I think it's called Medicine Man.
No, I'm
with
not. Heard that.
with Dr. Dre.
I haven't heard that one. I generally know the ones that with Dr. Dre that I've heard.
All right, let me pull it up then. 'Cause that's
I know
what.
who Elvis. I know who Elvis is. I went down the rabbit hole
Oh,
with Elvis a long time ago. The Intellivator, all of their skits and stuff. I've been there. I'm up on Elvis, so you can't surprise me with that one.
all right.
Sorry.
So maybe this one. Let's see if you heard this before or not. I'll pull up my video. Now, Dr. Dre's isn't really too hardcore, but Eminem spazzes the fuck out. But you want to check out one? We'll check out one. Oh, I think this is the song. I just heard it when I did a reaction to it. I just popped up actually 1 year ago. That's the first time I heard it. So I was like, damn. I was like, dude, Eminem spazzed out on this. All right, let's go. And if you heard it or you want me to pause, just tell me and I'll just go to the video really quick.
Doc, you gotta give us some good news.
Yeah, about that.
So let me find out the bitch in you. So let me find out the snitch in you. Fame, fortune, it's not your forte. Fuck the world now. I'm done with foreplay. Doctor's orders. Go fuck yourself. Take 2 a day, send them on and overdose and kill yourself. Doctor's orders.
Listen, this is my evaluation. This shit oversaturated. Y'all can get evacuated. Kids sipping activists and they ain't even activated. Married to the internet, stuck in place salivating. Ain't nobody graduating. Don't nobody love this shit the way I love it. That's why I gotta hate it. Everybody off of fame. That ain't no exaggeration. Damn, I'm getting aggravated. Fuck, I'm getting agitated. Teach us someone to pit in these fucking schools.
Pause it.
The police got our name in all their databases. Girls be 13, acting 22.
All right, paused it.
Okay, so what's really interesting to me is I never ever expected to hear Dr. Dre to go at people for trying to go after fame. I know that sounds ignorant as hell, but it's not something I expected because
Well-
he's like the epitome of fame. He is like a legend.
The thing is Dre hasn't written his own music in a long time. So this is actually Eminem writing this.
Oh, gotcha.
Eminem writes. So Eminem, when he picked up Eminem started pretty much writing everything for Dre at that point. That's why you never got Detox and stuff like that. Eminem did a lot of writing, but Eminem wrote this song. Same thing with, what's it called? Where Dr. Dre's in the water tank and he's bringing him back to life. Back to Life, I think is the name of the song. I don't remember the fucking name of it. But anyways, yeah. So right now, Dr. Dre's verse is okay, but Eminem, you're gonna be like, oh shit. You'll hear everything. Watch, here you go. Bring it back.
Okay, good.
Hate it. Everybody off of fame. That ain't no exaggeration. Damn, I'm getting aggravated. Fuck, I'm getting agitated.
But here's the thing. He's saying everybody. So basically saying like anybody's willing to do anything for fame these days. For clicks, they're doing some fucked up shit. They're lying. But he'll explain it more here. So.
Teach us someone to pit in these fucking schools. The police got our name in all their databases. Girls be 13, acting 22. Niggas be 44, acting half their ages. Somebody tell
About that, right? The 44, 22. If you add up 22 and 22, half their ages.
Yeah.
half their ages. Somebody tell me what the fuck is going on. These niggas in tight shit, I'm in the fucking matrix. It's looking like a sign of the revelation. About time of the return of the fucking greatest. I got all these patients, man. How come they ain't patient with me? They just think I want the money. Why when I can take it with me? Y'all don't do it for the love not. They gon' find out who you are, just admit it before you get it.
Say, what you living about? Fuck you gon' tell me? Do you remember where you started out from? You looking lost now. You are the best. Fake it till you make it, take your little paper, but when you look in the mirror, your credibility's gone down. I'd rather be hated on for who I am than to be loved for who I'm not. That's worth to die.
Same fortune. It's not your
Gonna pick up right here.
Fuck the world now. I'm done with foreplay. Doctor's orders. Go fuck yourself. Take 2 a day, send them on and overdose and kill yourself.
In the beginning, a few of the people who had a problem I was this good scoffed. I just shook off, probably reminded you of the first time you saw Tiger Woods golf. Never thought about how much my race and nationality meant, but based on how I ascended, see how plain it was now they want me to jet. No one really gave a fuck about my descent, till I took off. mistook me because I look soft. But I stood tall, I just followed them. So I rose and grew balls. Told these hoes to screw off. Decided opposing you was what I'm supposed to do. All I did was say what I'm feeling when the vocal booth calls, and had you on pins and needles. When I spoke to you all, you felt my pain. It's almost like I poked voodoo dolls. And I hope my spirit haunts the studios when I'm gone. My pitch jumps off a poster and just floats through the halls. And fucking goes through the walls like the ghost of Lou Rawls. Karma's headed for Armageddon. A drama setter, I'm going in. Already got an arm and head. And whoever said words to this words ain't heard me word on my give. Fucking my image even ends up taking a personal hit. Whoever I heard or whatever bridges I burn in this bitch. And whatever bitches feel like they didn't deserve what they get. And whatever consequences come with every verse is worth it. So don't turn a beat on whose turn is it to get murdered on it. And here's to all the years I spent towing the line overtime. As sure as the mold is blind in my mind, I'm still underground as a groundhog and I'ma go for mine. Like a hole for road is trying to dig up some golden diamonds are cold to find. No sign of slowing these lines on my nines. I just load up the most rhymes and open fire with a closed mind. All I needed was someone to co-sign. Been an assault rifle with the sniper scope for this whole time. Take one, say when the blast is, give me the order, I spray. Pain in the ass, like a shot in the ass with a paint gun. Ain't no one safe from non-believers, there ain't none. I even make the bitches I wrote come. I'm waiting on someone to say something. Dre make the bass pump and let the tape run. For old time's sake, I spit it straight through, this is take one. The moment you're waiting for has come, but the
Fame and fortune,
Oh,
it's not your forte.
Dude.
Fuck the world now. I'm done with
that was one of Eminem's hardest verses.
I mean, it's one of those that you just kind of close your eye and you just listen to it because you can catch it if you try.
Yeah.
I
it's-
mean,
it's
because
fucking
he's
heavy.
talking about, I don't give a shit what hit my image takes. I don't care. You know, you thought I was soft. You thought all these things were going to matter. You thought you were going to hold all these things against me.
Mm.
You know, you didn't pay attention, but then all of a sudden, when I shot up, you started taking notice. You know, he straight up, if I'm not mistaken, he straight up said all I needed was a cosign. Like that's the only thing he needed to break out of it.
Yeah, it was just so nasty the way he set up that the way I sent the whole jet till I took
Mhm.
off. It was all a take flight scheme, mixed in with the skin color and stuff
With
like
one
that.
take, where he was like, "This is one take too."
When he said non-believers, there ain't none. I even make the bitches I come. I was like, oh my, when I heard that line, I was like, oh my god.
And see,
Yeah,
that's the kind of stuff I love. That's the kind of stuff that I love personally. Now, I don't listen to some of the newer stuff because, like, I'm okay. So I'm also kind of an asshole. So when people are like, "Oh my god, this is the best verse he's ever done," you've got. Okay, I like Rap God's one of my favorites, by the way.
Oh,
But Godzilla, I've never heard that,
you ever heard Godzilla?
but I haven't on purpose because everyone talks about it. Like, okay, I want I like the off the wall ones. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it takes away from how well he did it, and I know he snapped on it. Everybody, I've heard it. Trust me, from other people. Let me clarify that. But I purposefully didn't listen just because I was sick and tired of everybody telling me how I had to.
Yeah.
Really? I swear to God. She's like, did you notice that she's like poking her head in and not saying anything? She's just trying to see the camera.
No, I didn't even notice.
She was like, no, she knows that she's staying up late. Not now, but she's not even her bedtime. She's got like an hour and a half.
Yeah, no, for sure. I see some people over here. So that was the whole point of that verse, though. That verse right there was Eminem basically saying, like, I've been too tame for too long. I've been towing the line, and I need to get back to my roots. I need to go back to who I was because I have so much to lose now in a career. But at this point in Eminem's career, he was past his 3 Diamond albums.
Well, he sounded like he wanted to fight.
Well, it's not like he wanted to
I'm gonna
battle.
go back. Thank you. That's kind of where I was going with that. Like he sounded like he come at me. Like somebody come at me. Like bring something. Like I want to go back to that where it was then. He wants the smoke, for lack of a better way to put it.
Yeah, it was just straight boredom. Well, somebody said, "Why is he so mad?" Well, that was the whole point. Was he was angry? It's like he's bored. He's pissed off at all the shit that he went through his entire life. Now he's here, and nobody even wants to fuck with him. I see some people even saying like they're not fans and stuff like that. But I respect it. You don't have to be a fan of him, but it's just
No, absolutely.
the delivery. That's what I mean. Is Eminem and Pac both. Eminem
Yes.
has studied Pac to a fucking T because if you go listen to Pac, then you listen to Eminem right after, you're going to hear the heavy influence just on the deliveries, on like the cadences, on certain enunciation of words. It's just it's so clear and so precise, and you can hear like a little bit of extra like in his voice whenever he says certain things. He'll kind of like put a little it's like gravel in your voice. It's just done so well, man. That's why I wanted to show that one because it's not a popular song. It's pretty much underground for the most part. And I didn't even know about it myself until a year ago. And when I heard that verse, I was like, dude, I had the chills the whole time. Even when he started bringing up, like, I had you on pins and needles, almost like I poke voodoo dolls. When I first heard it, I had the chills when I heard it. And I was like, dude, this motherfucker just said what I'm feeling. As the beat's changing and crescendoing into this like angelic but demonic sound, I was like, this is fucked up.
That's one of the things I really love about Eminem is how he makes it build into like almost in anticipation.
Yep.
Like he can off the rip, he can go completely all in, but it's still for some reason always ends up where he just it's almost like he's gritting his teeth and he's like, at some point. And
Yeah,
then
it's crescendoing. He's crescendoing and then he just fucking takes off. It's what he does in a lot of songs, and
yeah.
it's just
Well, it's,
crazy.
he's known for it. And like he to me, he's like he is literally like he's my absolute favorite of all time. He always will be. And I don't even have to hear any of the newer stuff. I'm talking about like he was my entire childhood. I grew up on Eminem, you know.
Yeah.
Of course I grew up on No Limit, you know, make him say, "Oh, na, na, na," like, you know, for
Oh
what
yeah.
that's worth. I'm just saying, like, you know, there was a lot. I was like immersed in all of that stuff. And when he came out, it was just shocking and it was amazing, you know, and like we obsessed over him, but you know, he delivered every single time after time after time and just demolished everybody else in the genre at the time. I mean, destroyed them,
Yeah.
you know, and he's held that on for what, like freaking, you know, 20, 30 years.
Yeah. Hold
It's
on.
ridiculous.
Was never liked Eminem because people like NF will never get the credit they deserve because he's an Eminem.
But that's
I
not Eminem's fault. That's the idiots that are saying that about somebody like NF.
yeah, that's not Eminem's fault. That's somebody who can't surpass Eminem. No
But
offense to NF. I love NF. I think NF's a dope artist, but you can't put them in the same category because they're not the same artist. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
but they're saying because he's white that no matter what this person does, they won't do well. But NF does very well.
Well, that's the ignorance of people that are saying stupid shit like that. That's the ignorance of people who are
Oh, that's
saying you
not.
can't be, you know,
Yeah,
you can't succeed because of for a reason that should not apply.
but he
Some
has
people
succeeded.
believe it should apply. Some people really believe it should, and I understand that. I've had conversations about that. You know,
Yeah, yeah, but NF has succeeded. That's what I'm saying. Like
he has.
people, that's what I'm saying. But like NF studied Eminem to a T and has even taken the look. So if NF switched things around a little bit, I think, I mean, I can't really say because I'm not working with NF, but I'm saying there's other things he could have implemented to not be so Slim Shady-esque. Like a lot of white rappers have looked up to Eminem, so they're going to sound like their influences. You
Mhm.
know, it's just what happens. That's just like so any other black rapper. What just because Jay Z was one of the best rappers, they'll never be have their shine because of Jay Z. No, they switched their stuff up. They look nothing like him. They don't rap like him. They don't have any cadences like him. They you know they don't dress like him. They don't have the same demeanor. But if you look at white rappers, they all have a similarity to Eminem. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's the hood up. It's the hat forward. They all look the fucking same.
It's kind of like the white rapper look.
Hold on, but Eminem should have created a lane to follow instead of being a roadblock. Eminem did create a lane to follow. Eminem opened up hip hop for the world. People don't see this is where people get things fucked up. If Eminem never came around, we would have had Vanilla Ice. that was the Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys are great. Beastie Boys are fantastic, but Eminem made it to where people around the world felt accepted. You wouldn't have a Tom McDonald. You wouldn't have Adam Calhoun. You wouldn't have an NF. You wouldn't have any of these artists because white people were never going to be accepted into hip hop. Not even just white people, but like people in India, China, all these other people of different races wouldn't even have a chance in a predominantly black culture. They would never be accepted. They had to find one person that stood out and was so good that he can be tested against the best of them and he can get the best of them. Like his talent outshined how he looked. And he paved the way for hip hop. That's why hip hop, like Eminem just said it in one of his last songs, like, I'm a guest in this house, but I turned this bitch to a mansion, which he did. He made hip hop so much bigger. the influence he had worldwide was just ridiculous. I'm not even jocking, dude. I'm saying I wouldn't even have a career if it wasn't for Eminem. That's just a fact.
And see, honestly, that's how I feel. I mean, I'm not to that extent because obviously I'm not as immersed as you are into it, but it was one of those things where someone had to do it that could do it. And the worst part is, not the worst part, but not many really tried too much that got far enough that the mainstream saw because that's how met Eminem because back then you didn't have YouTube and you didn't have all
Yep.
this stuff, right? So we didn't have that. So you had to have someone that was so good that when they went to break through, like they demolished their way in. It had to be. If that didn't happen, it'd have been like Red Rover send Marshall Mathers right over and he gets absorbed into the group, but not break through and make a whole new opening for people to come rushing behind him. Do you know what I'm saying? And he was the best and he did it the best. And that's what he stood up against everybody else, all the scrutiny, all of the backlash. And then other people studied him because they wanted to do what he did. And so do you think that influences their music? Of course it does.
Yep.
Most of them will acknowledge that it influences their music and they will credit that. And anyone that doesn't is an idiot because we can hear it, y'all. Like we hear it. Um, but it's just he created an opportunity, but you can't go into that culture and then expect the culture to adapt to you.
Yeah.
You've got to give and take. There's got to be some kind of, you can't go into, hip hop in general and act like,
Yeah.
Aqua and Barbie girl or something. You can't do that. Doesn't work like that. You've got to
Well,
have a give and take. And you've got, sometimes you're going to get kicked in your teeth a couple times.
yeah, and there's 2 points I want to make too. Is I forgot what they were now. Damn it, my brain's shorting out. The first one was, and it's not just white rappers either that pulled from Eminem. I mean, you had people like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Rakim, who is one of the pioneers of hip hop, who go, man, like he helped me push my pen. I studied his shit. It didn't matter about skin color. Then I was gonna say that's why today you hear all these rappers, they all sound the exact fucking same. Like you said, it used to be you had to break through with the new sound,
Mhm.
right? Nowadays, everyone just copies each other because that's what's selling. So no one's trying to break through anymore. And that's why the industry is having this big issue. That's why independent artists are doing better because they are breaking through with a different sound and they're not following the exact patterns of what's happening with the industry now. The industry, everything kind of like went reversed. Everything kind of there was an Uno card, reverse, bitch. Everything got reversed, and yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, when I hear people say like, oh, Eminem's a roadblock, or even like the MGK beef they had, like, oh, Eminem blackballed MGK and his career, he didn't do shit for MGK. MGK's career is in his own hands. Eminem
Yeah.
never did anything to that man. You know what I'm saying? MGK did a press run off of Eminem's name for like fucking however many years until Eminem finally responded after him dissing him like 6 fucking times over 8 years and talking about his daughter and shit. But people seem to forget that when Eminem finally disses you back, just because people hate people, just like Tom Brady. People wanted to see Tom Brady lose because he was winning for so goddamn long. So is every other football player that comes up not going to be able to break through because Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowl rings? It's just people find excuses for shit like that.
I mean, you can also it depends on how you take it. I mean, someone can be insulted that they get compared to Eminem, and somebody could be flattered because he's the greatest. So if you get
100%.
compared to him, now saying that you sound like you're doing everything he's saying, that's just haters. People are haters. It is what it is, you know. And I don't think that anybody that's actually heard NF and appreciates what NF can do would ever say that he isn't standing on his own 2 feet because he really is.
And I promise you, if I had NF for you right now, I'd be like, how much did you study Eminem? He'd be like, dude, I listened to every fucking song. I memorized everything. Just like me. Like when I was
Yeah.
not all of his new shit, but like when coming up, because it was something so new. And when Eminem had this fucking this wave that was just so huge, he took the whole world by storm. Like I said, you didn't really see it before. Not even the only time you've seen that was with Biggie and Pac.
Yes.
I mean, you had Nas with Illmatic, which had, and even DMX had a little bit of a run there, but it wasn't anything like having Slim Shady LP, and then also the Eminem show. You know, there was nothing like that shit, man. Those two albums in particular, it was like, what the fuck is this, man? And that has a lot to do with Dr. Dre, though. So you got to give that up to Dr. Dre because Dr. Dre helped carve Eminem into what he is too. So are you gonna blame Dr. Dre for creating a roadblock? You know, the only roadblock we have in life is ourselves. As simple as that. It's you versus you every single day. There's nobody else really against you. That's how I look at things,
You have to. I mean, honestly, like I talk about that story all the time where I say that one time in the middle of the morning when I was bored and I was getting ready for school, I saw that preacher lady on there who was talking about being responsible for your own joy and never putting it on other people. Like if my kid would just come see me more from college, then I could be happy. Or my husband would just, pick up food on the way home instead of making me make dinner, I could be happy. She's like, I base my joy on what other people have influence over. Not only is that not fair to them, but it's not fair to myself. If you control all of the factors that bring you joy and you focus your happiness based on something you can control, then guess what? You could be happy a lot,
man.
because somebody else is not going to fuck it up.
Yeah. You can't put expectations in people or things. You have to put expectations into yourself. Hands down. I mean, that's what it has to be. The industry is a roadblock, Mike Ash. I mean, if the industry was a roadblock, I wouldn't have a career. Again, that's what pays my bills. YouTube doesn't pay me jack shit. know,
They're still holding my $16, you ass hats.
But yeah, I mean that's how I survive. So like when you insult the music industry, I get it. There's gripe about it. There's gripe about everything in this world. But when you gripe about the music industry, I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't have a place to live right now. I'd be fucking making reaction videos 24/7. I'd be over here fucking on OnlyFans.
So I wasn't making people pay for drugs. I wouldn't have a job.
Oh, that's right. You do that. That's right. You pharmaceutical. You gotta hook it up
Uh-huh.
with the good
I
stuff.
do.
Yeah, let's go.
I used to be a pharmacy tech too. I used to literally, I got to do the whole thing where you fill the bottles. You have to do it's a wrist thing where you do the pill. You like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and like to count them.
I've
Like
never
you
seen
count them
that.
in groups, and you take this thing. It looks like a butter knife, and then you slide it. Like you have the pills all sitting there, and you scoop them by like 5s or 2s, because like you have to have 30 or 60 or whatever, and it just you train yourself to do it, and it's like you just move your wrist, and it's like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and you just scoop them in, and you turn the thing over, and it pours them in the bottle. It's fun. You stick them in the little train that goes around the pharmacy.
And they make me wait 2 hours for my prescriptions. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
I
kidding.
mean, I had a blast doing it, but I only made like $11 an hour, so fuck that. Like it was too much work for $11 an hour. Too much responsibility. But
Yeah, give someone the wrong medication, fuck up their blood pressure.
well, the cool thing was the pharmacist had to check every single thing going outside of the pharmacy. They were responsible. Their license was on the line if something went out. They literally would take the cap and they would put a pill in it. They would look at it under. They had a light, and they would look at it under the light and compare it and make sure it was what it was supposed to be.
Hmm.
The only thing that we could fuck up would like be the count, like if we counted wrong or something.
Yeah, oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe that's what takes longest is the actual like pharmacy technician or whoever was in charge has to go through every single script to make sure.
And
it's
people being obnoxious little, shittards who want to piss everybody off and like be an
Yeah.
asshole and make you sit there and look up their insurance while like there's 17 people waiting and you have to call their doctor to get a refill because I'm sorry, you're out of oxys, buddy. Your prescription expired. I don't know what to tell you. Go call them. No, you fucking call them.
Well, yeah, these days it's ridiculous. These days it's a nightmare. Just even if you go see like a regular doctor, like, oh, we're gonna send you over here. You got to see 6 doctors before you get something fucking figured out. It's like, come on, that's 6, but they send you like 2 or 3 different doctors before they actually take care of you. You got to see a PCP first that gives you a referral over here, and they give you a referral over here. And then they're like, oh, but you got to do all the faxing, or you got to call both places and have the referrals faxed. Like, why am I? I'm the patient, dude. I'm paying for this. Why the fuck am I doing your work? It's
Well, see,
crazy.
me, because I have experience for over 20 something years, I tell them what to do. I'm like, okay, look, you need to get me this, you need to get me this paperwork, and you need to get it signed by this person, and then you need to call me when it's approved. And if it doesn't get approved, then you need to put this diagnosis code on it, you need to do this, and you need to send it to that person. And they're like, oh, okay. I don't have problems. It's really weird how that works. Desiree, I did not catch that, but I appreciate it.
What happened? What we do?
I think she said that she sent a donation. You have to understand that some of them are popping up on your side, some are popping up. I have no idea.
Oh, I
So-
can't see. Yeah, I'm trying to.
But
look
that's
for
also
it.
why we didn't ask for any because, in all
Yeah.
honesty,
No donations, but thank you so much for the love. We appreciate you.
and I purposefully don't ask for donations because, I mean,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
really nothing like I'm gonna do for a donation, really. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
OnlyFans.
I'm not gonna ask people to pay for something when I have nothing. Like, if you're gonna go to a store, I'm not gonna ask you to buy a gift card when I don't have anything in the store.
Wait, I'm gonna be on OnlyFans. Wait, did I say that out loud? Coming soon. I'm just kidding. Wait, Christine said Cliff Esther made a big donation. Grindle donated too. Esther, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And Grindle as well. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. It's not necessary, guys. You guys know I don't take the I don't like donation. I tell even like when I'm live, I'm like, please don't donate. And like they do it to troll me. And I'm like, dude, just stop. Like,
Oh, I
just
know.
don't.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
No, I see what you're saying, Desiree, but that there's a thing though. We do reactions when it made sense, when it makes sense for what we're doing, and we were talking the most part. There was no, hey, for a donation, donate this amount and donate to this place and all that. And the reason for that was so that we could do what we wanted when we felt like it. And if we felt like it, then great. And if we didn't, we didn't. And if the conversation took up more of the time, I'm fucking here for that because that's what it's all
Yeah.
about.
And and Tuesday and Thursday next week, guys, I'll go live. You guys we'll figure it out. I'm not gonna let anybody feel robbed. If you guys feel some type of way, you can message me and we'll sort it out. But that's why, yeah, if you look at the title, it says Elsewhere Podcast and reactions, question mark, as in we're not sure. We'll see. We'll see if we catch bars or if we just talk, that's basically what it's gonna be. But
And that's kind of where we're at because the bottom line is that there's a lot of stuff we can do, but there's a lot of conversation that it actually brought up and we were talking about it.
Yeah.
And this to me it's priceless, because for example, seeing me listening to a song for the first time without the pausing and breaking it down over anything or with the experience that a lot of these reactors have, right, is not worth as much as the things that Clip has been saying throughout this whole time and the insight that he's been giving and the conversation that we've had. She wants she wants Camel Toe.
All right. Do we end this with Camel Toe? Because I got to get going here soon. It's about to be 9:00 at night. Camel Toe?
I don't want a camel toe, but we can end it with that.
Camel Toe, baby. Wait, is it?
I'm
just
sorry.
called
For men,
Camel
it's
Toe?
called a moose knuckle. My bad.
Hold on. I got to go back to the chat. Is it just called Camel Toe? I wanted to see your face at Camel Toe. Is it just what's the name of the artist? Is it just Camel Toe's the artist and the song title's Camel Toe? I just don't want to YouTube Camel Toe and then something comes up that I just don't want to see. That I do want to see.
Like I said, camel toes and moose knuckles.
No, I don't want the link, Desiree. I not the link. Oh fuck it. I don't want the link. I just wanted the title. I'll copy it.
Bob and Tom.
I already got.
See, I'm not a fan of like parody music. I don't know if anybody knows that. I'm not a fan of like.
I don't even know what it
type
is. Oh,
music.
you've heard this before?
No, but it's called Camel Toe, and the people's names are Bob and Tom. So I'm assuming.
Well, it says Camel Toe song, Matt Roush and Bob and Tom show. The Bob and Tom show. Oh shit!
I'm just saying.
You guys are no. It was playing on my end. Let me go. I don't know.
No,
why.
it's not. You don't have this shared right now.
I don't know why it put full screen on me. It started playing. Hold on. Let's see what Camel Toe is about really quick. All right.
Well, Weird Al is a whole different. That's a whole different thing. Weird Al is like a.
Yeah, there's a
This
gangster.
is,
We'll just check it out. If she donated, and she wants.
hey,
to check it out.
I'm keeping an open mind. I don't
Open
have
mind.
to like everything.
No, that's the whole point. They want.
I want to see it. I want to know now.
Let's see. To see if it's just a song or we get to see some actual Camel Toe. Let's go.
Ugh.
Ugh. Oh God.
You're a beautiful girl, and your pants are on so tight that when you stand just right, I can see it all. When you're on the beach and you're bikini soaking wet. I see a fuzzy silhouette as I look down below. I see your camel toe.
It's so stupid.
It's like the Beach Boys.
Cleavage. I see your cooter cleavage. Your monkey, your muffin. You ain't hiding nothing. Your coochie, your flapper. You're showing off your snapper.
I'm gonna get kicked off YouTube for this.
Camel toe. It looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel toe. Merci, madame. Voila, les bearded clown. I could really go for a sideways sloppy Joe or a tuna casserole. Baby, don't you know?
Come on.
I never thought I'd see so much of your anatomy. Your jeans are so tight, I'm learning gynecology. I see your camel toe, your labia, your vulva. Ooh, you know I love ya. Your venda, vagina, nothing could be finer. It's furry, it's puffy, looking kinda puffy. Your camel toe, it looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel toe. Merci, madame. Voila, les bearded clown. Your biscuit, your beavage. I see your cooter cleavage. Your monkey, your muffin. You ain't hiding nothing. Your coochie, your flapper. You're showing off your snapper. Your camel toe. It looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel toe.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay, so I get why she played. I get that, but let me tell you something, Desiree. There is a specific song that is more about kind of not the dark and like if it's not dark and twisty when it comes to my books, it would be something like Lonely Island featuring Akon, but the version from what's the lip sync show where it has that dancer chick and her brother was the other one on it, where she's lip syncing the whole thing. It's one of my favorite videos of all time. That's more like my books.
I tried to do what was the name? What was the band's name? You said that again? Say that
Lonely
again.
Island.
Yeah, I tried to react to that. I think I got one of them up, and then I got striked for two of them, and I stopped. I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, Jack Sparrow was a badass one too. But no, like that lip sync show with LL Cool J, where it's got the chick and she's like smoking hot, and I just had sex, and it was like everybody their jaw hit the ground. Like that's more like on brand for me, a little bit.
This was fucked up.
Well,
this
if you
was fucked up.
ever needed
Camel
any descriptive words for a snatch, you now have them.
Yep, you got them all right there. Yep,
There you go.
you guys perfectly ended this stream. You sabotaged everything, you bastards. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it was Beach Boys, so it was kind of like, catchy a little bit.
I know. I was gonna say this is one hell of a cover. They did a good job. Want to take you to Bermuda, Bahama? Come on, pretty mama. Key Largo.
Oh, nice. Drop lyrics were. That's funny. But no, that was definitely absolutely unexpected.
No, it was different. I mean, I don't mind.
I just love the fact that Cliff was like losing his ever loving mind.
My brain was just, I listened to so much music. I was like, dude, I can't do it. You understand? I've been up since 3 a.m. and I made content from 3 a.m. until 11. And then I gamed from 11:30 until about 2:30. And then I tried to like decompress for a couple, and I just could not. I was restless, and I just jumped right back on here. So I've been nonstop, just go. My brain is fucking fried.
I was up at 3, but I didn't do content. And then I worked all day. And then I went and got my kid, and then I came home, and I've been here. So I feel you. And I'm about to crash pretty soon too. But I appreciate it. I mean, I didn't expect it to have every single line. Like I thought there would be like a little bit of a breather. Like,
Yeah.
let that shit air out for a second.
Pun intended.
Yes, pun very much intended. I'm just saying, I mean, you know, if this live stream didn't go down that rabbit hole,
Oh, it was a hole, all right. It was a hole, all right.
if it didn't, then it probably wouldn't have been one of my streams, right? Because somehow we always end up here, or start here, or go here at some point. Visit.
We went from sexy naughty books to camel toe. That's how we started, and this is how we finished. But no, seriously, guys, make sure you go like and go subscribe to Elsewhere Podcast. That's the most important part of this entire video. Is, you know, Kat does a lot of work for me. You know, but I don't want to say work for me, but works with me behind the scenes and helps me with everything and holds down the Discord, not just for my channel, but does it, you know, for a lot of people. She brings a lot of people together behind the scenes, guys. So, like I said, she hosts amazing episodes, and it means a lot to me if you guys would like and go subscribe and show some love.
And I
Like Kat
appreciate
said,
everybody that's been hanging out this whole time. Like, seriously, you could have done anything, and you're here.
yeah, no, of
Yes,
course.
Desiree, I've seen them.
What? Seen what?
You ever seen a camel toe in real life in public?
Yeah, I think we've all have seen them. But yeah, no, it's just very. And me, Kat, and I talk almost every single day on Instagram. You know, so it's been a long time coming since we were actually able to like get on here and talk to each other. It's bullshit. Talk about
Yeah,
camel.
because usually it's dropping a message, and then when I get around to it, or when you get around to it, or whatever,
Yeah.
back and forth, on and on. And that's the thing, is that I always appreciate your support. I mean, you've held me up through a lot of stuff that and you hold a lot of people up through a lot of things that they're going through. But I've been second guessing whether I should continue. I did that like at the beginning of the summer when I went on a hiatus. I'm like, I don't know if I need to continue and stuff, and the encouragement and encouraging me to do what I felt like I needed to do versus just telling me I had to or not. You know what I'm saying? Was
Yeah.
actually more helpful than anything in the entire world. Just letting me say it, being that sounding board for me to a point, and like you are for many people, it means the world. And to come on here specifically hoping to help me grow as a channel and give people an idea of who I am and what I do and all of that stuff, it means everything. Like, who fucking does that, you guys? Like, who does that? That guy. I would poke him in the hat, but it doesn't go that far. Like, I tried.
No, I know it's the least I could do. I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't have a platform without everybody's support. So I don't know. It's just I want to help everybody I possibly can. That's the weird thing too. Is like there's a lot of people who want to like put people down, man, and I want to change people's outlook if I can. I'm not going to be on this earth forever, and why not lift people up while you're here?
I completely agree.
Yeah.
And live, and hey, no script live is better. Okay, that's how I do my content. That's how you do your content. Like, I'm here for that. Like,
yeah, it's real.
Let
shit.
it ride.
It's real. It's not scripted. It's not fake. It's not spliced. It's not edited.
I jump out of my skin because a head pops into the door. Okay, that happened. Like,
Mm-hmm. Tell her next time she does it, I want the national anthem on the spot.
Try.
Yeah,
No,
but
she goes, I'm too shy. I'm like, she's like,
It's your
maybe
time to shine.
tomorrow. She goes, go live again tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. I'm like, it'll
Tell
be this
her-
weekend. Maybe I'll get her to record a video this weekend. Why not?
Say there might not be no tomorrow, honey. It's now or never. It's your time to shine.
Yeah, Desiree, why did you share my link in my chat?
Why did you?
She shared my link in my chat, which I think is great.
Oh, I think she meant to do it on my chat, probably. I know Christine's been doing it.
No, I mean, I think Desiree did. She's one of my mods, so.
Oh,
I know Jess is
Desiree's
here.
always chilling with me. Oh, I thought Desiree was with me. No, I know Christine's on top of it. I know she's been.
Hell yeah, she is. She always is.
Yeah, Christine is amazing.
And Christine, you can make it happen. I know you're frustrated at what you're working on. I know what you're working on. You can do it. I believe in you.
With the miniatures?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's
Oh.
frustrated at one of them right now.
Oh, she's got it. She's so dope. Yeah, when I seen her work, I was like, oh my! Putting all like making these little, like these living situations. So you could put little like I don't know ants in there or something. You can set up a little house. She was like cooking stuff on like a fucking little mini skillet. I was like, what? How are you cooking food? It was mind blowing. I was like, this is fucking so talented. It's so
Like, who thinks of that? Like, I didn't think of it before. I was like, oh, okay, well, she does.
well. That's why like a big thing too is at the end of my video, I say, dude, I say, join my Discord and go share your YouTube platform. I don't care. I really want people to like grow themselves, and if it's in my Discord where there's people hanging out that are supportive, fucking do it, dude. What the fuck? I want everyone to grow. I want to see everybody do better in life. I don't want to see anybody do worse. And like, okay, so I've been approached because people have been taking the positive route, and some of my friends have been like, "Hey, Cliff, people are stealing your shit." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, "Oh, well, they're doing the whole, promote the artist, the outro, intro." I'm like, "Good." Like, you're not mad? I'm like, "No." Like, if somebody can take what I'm doing and do it better, then I did my fucking job. I want someone to be better than me and have a bigger audience than me and affect more people than me. That's the whole point of this. I don't do this for subscribers or views. I do this so that other people see it and then hopefully they adapt the same ideas. And they don't do. Hopefully they don't do it for the views and the subscribers and shit. I hope they do it and they really keep up. You know, I even had somebody message me and they were like, "Hey, like I'm gonna do what you do, and I'm gonna have everybody reach out to me all the time." And I'm like, just realize if you tell people, message me anytime, you better be available any fucking time because
Exactly.
somebody's life might fucking depend on it. And you don't realize how important one word can mean to somebody, even if it's just a simple "Hey, how you doing?" And you got to live up to whatever you say, on camera. You got to live. I mean, a lot of people don't, but in my eyes, I think you should.
That's why I don't tell people to reach out to me anytime because I have no promises that in that moment, in that crisis, I might be in crisis. I don't know.
Oh,
But
it takes me
also,
time sometimes, yeah.
but to be honest, I know myself and I know that that's not my forte.
No,
I
yeah,
have I have my lane and that is not my lane. Like there is a lane when it's like, hey, if you are in the middle of something and you feel like you want to talk to someone but you're not ready to leave yet and you're in a domestic situation or please let me know. I'm here for it. Like I have a story, I share it. I plan on doing more content on it. I keep saying that, but I do actually mean it. I have content on it already. You know, we'll have a conversation, the whole and if you just need to vent it, feel free. That's my lane. But when it comes to some of the other ones, that's just not my lane. And by the way, fun fact, people in general, people more than one person can be positive in life. It's possible. Like I've had people that are like, "Oh, well, someone was talking." I'm like, "So I don't care." Like I talk about something and someone else talks about something. That doesn't mean that they're like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people, it's good to have positive people. We want to see that. And if you're encouraging people to be positive, then fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, that's. I think we need more of that. I think
I absolutely agree. Be
more of that.
respectful. People just need to be respectful. Sometimes it's not that serious.
Nothing's that serious. That's what I'm saying. We're not. We're all not going to be here for too long, so we just might as well. I don't know. You know what? I think maybe it's because I come from such a negative. I'm gonna say negative, but I didn't have. I wasn't the best person. And when I got sober, I realized how shitty I was to people, and I was like, I need to switch this around. I can't live this way. And I tried giving back. I took so much in, and I hurt the wrong people. I wanted to give back, and when I started this platform, I realized how much time people were devoting to me, and I was like, dude, like I can never pay anybody back. But the best way I can is just to be here for anybody who's just going through some shit. So guys, don't forget to reach out to me. Don't forget to reach out to me if you need me. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Cast Elsewhere podcast. That's the most important part of this video, guys. And I'm sure, of course, we'll be back doing this. We're gonna probably do this like 100 more times. So
Why the fuck not?
yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I mean, it's like I think we have fun.
Yeah, camel toe and all.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about all that. Like, I think we need the Moose Knuckle song next. So Desiree, if you want to get on that, trying to find it, that'd be great. Appreciate it.
Is a Moose Knuckle what?
The next song needs to be Moose Knuckle. We did the Camel Toe. Now we need the Moose Knuckle.
There's a Moose Knuckle one?
It's a man camel toe. It's
Oh my fuck! No, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
it's the
Say it to the hand because the face don't want to listen.
No, but I appreciate everybody that spent your time with us tonight. I do need to go take care of my kid because it's getting to her bedtime. And, that's my family. That's my baby. I got to go take care of her. So,
Yeah, and I gotta go actually try to force myself some melatonin to go to sleep. So, yeah, I got.
I took 4 the other night. And I'm like, man, I hope I didn't take so many. I'm going to die or something. And
I
I thought,
took 8 the other day.
well, see, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I think it's going to take at least 10 to 15. So I think I'm going to be okay. But I tripped my brain out and I tossed and turned the entire damn night. I'm like, well, that was a waste of melatonin. Fuck.
It doesn't work sometimes, man. It fucking sucks. But yeah, guys, take it easy, get some rest. I'm gonna get going too. But we'll definitely do this again. We gotta do this again sometime, and I'll be live. I might be gaming tomorrow night. Maybe I'll be posting content tomorrow morning. I do have videos already uploaded, but I don't even know if I want to make thumbnails. I'm burnt out. I just did a lot of work this week, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And guys, like I said, make sure you go check out all of Cat's old podcasts too. They're all dope, man. You gotta go check them out.
And there's one coming up on Tuesday. Rachel Geek's going to be on with me on Tuesday. So she's
Who's
going to
that?
be back on Rachel Geek. She did a song with Nova.
Okay.
And she's badass and she does all of her stuff. She makes beats, she does the production, she does live looping, she raps, she does all the things. So she's gonna be coming on and catching us all up on where she's been and what's been going on in her life. And maybe on her most recent ayahuasca trip. I mean, we'll see how that goes.
Hey, yeah, talk about ayahuasca, baby.
Well, she did the last couple times, so. And then she disappeared off the planet for a couple months, and then she came back stronger. So I don't know.
Hey,
we're gonna find out all about it on Tuesday. So
people say that shit works. People say that shit works. I don't know.
But yeah, I appreciate you guys. And if you don't feel like you are ready to talk to somebody one-on-one in a DM, you can always join Cliff's Discord. It's an amazing place if you are looking for people to talk to, and just somebody to And you can also join mine if you want to post all the things, and either one. Join all the things.
We'd love to have you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and just go subscribe to Cat. I'm coming for you. I got your IP addresses. This whole time, Vikes has been behind the scenes getting everybody's IP addresses. I know your car, make, model, everything.
We're gonna give you a camel toe.
I don't think anybody believed me. I don't think anybody believed a word I said.
Yeah, because you're too nice. Me though, they might believe it if I said it because I'm not as nice as you. But no, for real, guys, thank you very much. We're gonna get out of here because otherwise I wouldn't, because we just it's too chill. It's too chill, right? It's not like weird. So then we're like, you can stay on. No big deal. But we're tired, so.
Yeah, burned out. But I love you guys. Take it easy. And Kat, thank you so much for having me. We got to do this again.
No, thanks for being on. We're gonna end it pretty quick here, guys. Thank you again, and I'm out. You got anything else?
Thank you, guys. I love you guys. Thank you for all the donations and the love. It means a lot to us. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you.